Man, I want to play Poseidon. Let's just see real quick how many campaigns there are here. There's only 6. And these are all really good. The Birth of Atlantis, I only played one, and it's really long. And it's tough, because the map is challenging. It doesn't give you that many big blocks of land to build the huge city it wants you to build. Man, the Poseidon is fun too. Did they add any open play? Okay, so they didn't add any. They didn't add any extra customs. Geez, I only ever played that one once because it was so long. I didn't want to play it again. And building Atlantis wasn't that fun. I don't remember. I think there was farms you could build on Atlantis. Actually, let's take a just to show what I'm talking about. Let's take a look. We're gonna skip the reading because we're not gonna do this, but I wanna show off what I'm talking about here. Okay, so this you do everything. Hey Tapioca, you do everything. It's just I shouldn't have done this because this just makes me want to play more city builders. Look, there's where GDQ was right here, right here. EGDQ forever ago. See, look at this. Look at all this land that's in like really. Like, how are you gonna build on this? How big is the base? Alright, so you can build over here. That's allowed. But it's not that okay, well it's not as small as Kid SG thought I remembered it being. You can probably get a good amount of city built over here. Like your final city has to be like 4K or 5K, I forget, which is probably just not that many housing blocks. You need elite housing at some point, right? You're not going to get anything in over here. Here's marble. Here's farmland. Yeah, here's fishing. And hunting lodge. They're fishing in... Well, see, now that's interesting. So there's no fishing in any of the, like, circular rings. This is kind of cool, this big central area. But, well, hold on. Their only fishing is just these 2 spots here. That's awful. Okay, there's one over here. And there's one over there. So if you want to do fishing, you've got to build, like, here. And even then, you're not going to be able to build too much up. Yeah, exactly, Thea. Like, so if you want to build something up here, and I remember in my OG playthrough as a kid, that you have to build a sanctuary at some point, and I decided to put it up here. You have to build 2. You might have to build Poseidons and Atalantas. I know you definitely have to build Atalantas. But okay, so to get stuff here, here's the only ramp, right? Okay, so you've got to build a bridge here. And then to get, if your main economy is all the way over on this side, that's a trek. Quite the trek. And looking at this now, I think this is like the only, okay, you could put one housing district here. Your common housing district could be here. It's plenty big. Probably don't want to put elite stuff. The issue is your food is down here. So, where do people come from? Ideally, they come from here. They're going to come from the north. Oh, they come from the north is pretty bad. I mean, the immigration point's not that important. But here's where your farmland is. Potentially build a housing district down here, but where do you put your elite housing? Okay, this is plenty big for elite housing. So I think what you would do is you would build your regular housing here. Then you put your farming here. And then you put your elite housing up here. And then you could do additional housing block. You probably have to reserve this for an additional housing block because I think you need a really big population. I remember I built houses on here and like as road, and it was not fun as a straight road. Because it's like these rings are really hard to use efficiently. I think you have to. You're just not going to have space. Make massive food industry down there, store a lot of food there, and then worry about the houses in another place. So like you could do that, but like the food, there's plenty of food here, but it's like here's the farmland. It's just this ring here, right? Well, not ring, like line. It's curve, I mean. So this ends up being unused land. And I'd kind of want to squeeze the housing in here. Because otherwise I don't know what... I mean, it's big enough to use for housing. And I think you're going to need a lot of housing over the 9, that's right, 9 chapters of this campaign. It's the largest campaign in the game. And since it also happens to be by your food, it's convenient that way. I mean, if you want to just build up like a huge... Well, you can only build the farms here. Look what other stuff. Do you get goats? Get goats too. You only build the farms on the purple. Yeah, I think you don't. I think you just don't use the space regardless. Like at best, you're using the space for like granaries, which just doesn't seem like putting a bunch of granaries here that worth. At most, you might need 2 or 3, and that's plenty to sustain your city. Like, the fishing has to go on the coast. The farms have to go on the purple dots. So, as far as what food you would put here, you could put the dairies. I kind of do want to squeeze the housing in there. I think the more housing you get in, the better. And you could even put more food up here if you wanted. The elite housing. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Using every food source doesn't really get you any benefit, but the best food source is just the wheat farm, because that's consistent. That'll always give you the stuff. The worst resource is hunting, because if the stuff doesn't respawn fast enough and hunting doesn't, you can't sustain your city on it. Fishing is okay, but this suffers the same problem that hunting does, just as not as badly. Because you can only have, I don't think so many boats can occupy the same fishing spot. So like, you'll eventually saturate your fishing. Ooh, Orange Tender Lodge. I forgot that oranges got added at Poseidon. You probably have to, because there'll be set aside goals that are like, set aside 64 oranges for colonies. You'd probably end up making them anyway, so you might as well just do it. But yeah, you only need 1 food source in this game. It's kind of boring. And they did fix that in Emperor. Well, I think in Pharaoh, multiple food sources was important as well. Man, Pharaoh is... I need to go back to Pharaoh. I never beat that game and it was challenging. I really need to go back to it. Pharaoh is so cool. Like, there's only like 8 different housing upgrades. Ferrex Enclave. There's only like 8 different housing upgrades. Right? So you have like you have the hut, and then you have the first step up when it gets water, and then you have, I think that's the shack. So it goes hut, shack, hovel, and then the one after hovel is tenement, right? And the one that needs olive oil is, I forget what that is. And then there's like the mini apartment, and there's a townhouse. There's only 7. There's only 7 different housing forms in this game. In Pharaoh, there's like, I don't even know. There's probably like 20. Your houses have so many different like upgrades. And gives me the itch to play Pharaoh, but one thing at a time. Anyway, this was a nice little diversion. Let's get back to our Trojan War campaign. SG4E. Ah, yeah, we would just Is this where we? Oh no, I think. What were we? SG60? Does anybody remember? Oh shoot. Give me 1 second to. They probably do in Windows. If I wanted to check there, I think I'm just gonna bring up my VOD for myself real quick. Be this one. I'll see what the last save was. This city is hustling. Hustling and bustling. Wait, what? My save file is SG4E. What? Hold on, that should be right. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is right. This is right. I for some reason I thought I had built up here. I don't know why. I think I thought that these triremes were built more north. They actually were. Yeah, build Poseidon Sanctuary. I was gonna reload anyway. And Pergamum not under my control now, so why would I bother? Why would I bother with that? I think I do need to conquer Pergamum again. Yeah, we're gonna do Poseidon's thing. The Zeus. Zeus is too much. But where to put it? Maybe up here? Bit of a trek. Where is the marble? Where's marble? I could sell wheat. I just don't need money. That's the thing. I don't care about them. Ethiopia sells marble. Okay, Sparta. Give me all your marble. We might as well. Might as well put this here. Will this... Hold on, will this work?
Worship me, the great Zeus, and I will make you master of all you see.
Well, that does sound tempting. Man, this game is so comfy. game is so comfy. I remember discovering this game as a kid and doing the tutorials. By discover, I mean like, oh, there's a game at the store. Like, this is kind of cool, Mom. Will you buy me this? Do I own Siamese? Oh, not much can be done there. And not really knowing, like, it looked like it would be fun, but there's plenty of games that you just, you play and they're like, okay. There's plenty of mischief maker tier games. Games you rent from Blockbuster, you're like, yeah, that was okay. And then you're done. Plenty of GameCube games, but nah, I remember playing this game as a kid. And doing the tutorials and just like when you actually learn what this game is about, the tutorial starts you off pretty basic. Like, yeah, here's how you build houses. And you're like, okay, I think that makes sense. Build houses, okay, and then you see it get more and more complicated. And you're like, okay, houses have to evolve. You need to manage resources. Resources come from raw materials. Raw materials are obtainable by growing them. And you're just like, this is so cool. When I realized it as a kid. Just doing the tutorials and seeing them get progressively more, like, involved. And you're like, man, this could be a real... God, I just love this game. That was my experience. Mischief Makers isn't bad. It's just when I rented it as a kid. I mean, Mischief Makers is probably is definitely one of the better N64 games. I think I did rent it multiple times as a kid. Which, can't say that about a lot of games. Anybody used to rent like VHSs from Blockbuster as well? Man, it's a weak Invasion Force. Yeah. Local video store, interesting. Wow, we might just kill this in the water. We might kill this in the water. I remember renting cartoons from Blockbuster. The Last Guy. Didn't rewind it, and you were like, la verga, man. Had to rewind it as soon as you bought it. How bad is that? A wee bit bad. Okay, that was cool. Invasion forces defeated. Yeah, they didn't even get to land. Video store is good memories, yeah. Did your video store have... I don't know. I associated Blockbuster with a smell. Does anybody know what the Blockbuster smell? I don't even know what caused the Blockbuster smell. I think they sold... I don't know. It was a nice... I want to say it smelled like sweet popcorn, but I don't think they made sweet popcorn. Or maybe it smelled a little bit like cotton candy, but again, they did not sell cotton candy there. Had a unique smell as soon as you walked into Blockbuster, and I just always associated that smell with fun, because it meant you were getting a video game or a VHS. I remember some cartoons that I rented, but I mean, I feel like most of the time at Blockbuster I was looking forward to getting a video game. I was like, Blockbuster.
Worship me, the feared Hades, and your city will glisten in the sun.
Troy becomes hostile. Keck W. Well, that was convenient. Got him. Ah, shoot. This means I have to do this thing. I should send home one fleet, I guess. Fleet of D's. Fleet of D's. Fleet of D's. Shoot. No. Onyo Gorguda. Put it this way. Okay. Not having access to horses is kind of feels bad. Yeah, Mischief Makers was... Okay, I think I definitely told this story on stream before, but I'm out of stories. I'm sorry, guys. Told everything about my life over this past. Actually, on that note, tangent. Takanashi Kiata tangent. I'm not sure. I didn't realize I had this on my digital calendar, but I got a reminder on my digital calendar a couple days ago that the end of this month, March 31st, is the SG4E 5 years of streaming anniversary. And I don't even remember putting that on my calendar. But it's there. So I think we're gonna actually do a special stream. I think we'll do a 24-hour stream. And I kind of have some ideas of stuff I want to... It wasn't something I was really planning on celebrating. But this is actually kind of bad. I should have left a little space here, but that's fine. Since this is getting deleted after it's done, it'll be fine. Kuka was like, go stream, yeah. I wasn't planning on doing anything special. Like, I don't even remember putting that on my calendar. I didn't think I had any definitive plans. I think it was, like, looking back, I was at some point curious when my first stream was, because I didn't keep my first few streams. And I have memories, 24-hour Holo Cure run. I have memories of what my first few streams were, but I think I did finally do the research and I determined what the first stream was. And I think that must have been when I marked that on my calendar. Yeah, so I think we'll do it. The idea I have is fluid. It's not, we're talking about, so like 3 weeks away. Yeah, that's what I think as well. Because that's what it was. The 31st would have been, like, if you go to SRL, that was Pie and Spike's Momam Kirby 64 race. And in my head, I thought it was maybe Pokemon Randomizer. Because I remember streaming that as well, but I think that came... well, I've concluded at least that that's come after. Because that would have been the lead up to the Discord Wars 2? I remember it was when Ozzy made the Pokemon Randomizer Discord and everybody was a scrub at Randomizer because it was all new to us. We did some practice races. So those would have been the... I don't know, like, the Kirby 64 is definitely the first stream, and that's what we have as the marker for the anniversary. But in addition to that, I believe that was like a one and done. Like, it was, I did that race and I didn't stream for like 2 months or something. And then when we were getting in the swing of the upcoming Discord Wars, I did some Pokemon randomizers with Ozzy and some other people. I think that was when I got into more of a rhythm of streaming, and I stream more regularly. But we're celebrating the one and done because that is indeed the Kirby 64, the one and done, is the first stream. So I kind of want to have a look back. I think I have ideas of what I want to do. I want to play a bunch of different games. I want to go through and play games that were meaningful, as corny as that sounds. Because that's what you got to do for an anniversary, a streaming anniversary. You got to be like, what were the best moments? When I think about what were the like most exciting moments of me streaming, and I already have some in my head that I don't really want to spoil, because I kind of want it to be like my plan for the stream is it'll be a really long stream, probably 24 hours, and we play a game that was important for SG4E, the streaming history of the SG4E channel. And then once it's over, we go to the next game and talk about how, like, oh, like, you know, it all started with this. Now we go to this one. Maybe I can conjure up some old stream highlights and stuff. Because at least the really memorable streams would be highlighted on Twitch, so they'd be pretty easy for me to find. I think that's the plan, but again, it's a long ways off. The streaming anniversary tangent was brought on by... well, I'm out of stories. Yeah, so since we're coming up on the 5 years, I've run out of stories to tell on stream, so you guys are just going to get some repeats. And the story I was about to repeat, which I definitely remember telling on stream at some point, was in regards to Blockbuster. I didn't own Spanky's Quest when it came out. I think Spanky's Quest was out for like maybe a year or more before I discovered it, and I discovered it at Blockbuster, and I rented it. It was a cute monkey. But the copy at our local Blockbuster, given that it was an older game at that point, it had been rented out many times before. It had a quirk that it was hard for the SNES to like read the cartridge. You like put it in the SNES and it just wouldn't work. But I was like the only copy of Spanky's Quest that my local Blockbuster had. You had to make it work, and I figured out that if you like like I had like a system. There were 5 specific books that if I stacked them on top and balanced them, like prop the SNES up against my bed, stack the books on top. Well, first is Game Genie, or there's an order thing. Game Genie, cart into the Game Genie, and then stack of 5 books on top of the cart. And that made it work. But if anybody like walked heavily, like I remember one time my dad like came into my room. He was like, "Yeah, Heshchi, how's it going?" And he like, I don't know, the vibrations in the floor as he was like approached was just enough to throw off. The books didn't fall off, but just those mere vibrations like froze the game. And I was like, I was an angry like 6-year-old after that when that happened. Kind of silly to think about. There's more important things in life than getting angry that your Spanky's Quest run froze. Now you got to put in the password from the previous stage or whatever. You've lost 15 minutes of progress. But that was important as a 6-year-old or whatever. I think for like my birthday at some point, my dad found like I don't know where he got it, but I think he made it sound like he was like at a garage sale. I don't know if it really worked out that way. Maybe that's just what he said. But he found a used copy of Spanky's Quest that was in good shape, and he bought it. I don't know how you would have done that back in the early 90s, though. Like, I don't think there were any like local used game stores. Obviously, you couldn't go onto eBay because that didn't exist yet. I don't know how he actually got it, but he found it. There were probably regular game stores that had older games for sale, maybe like trade-ins. Like trade-in has to be around, right? The GameStop deal surely predates GameStop. Oh look, they're here. Oh, I done goofed. I was too busy telling cute and funny old stories that we neglected that there's an invasion right here. Whoops. Oopsies. Come on. I got games from garage sales sometimes. Okay, maybe it did come from there. I think why I was confused as a kid about him getting it from the garage sale, and maybe why I doubted it was it felt like a rare game because Blockbuster only had one copy of it, which is a silly metric. But it made sense as a kid. Like, well, Blockbuster only ever had one copy. It was that crappy copy that never worked. But I think as a kid, I thought it was I was surprised he found it. If he did find it at a garage sale, it was surprising to me because that was my kid SG logic. Yeah, he might have genuinely found it at a garage sale. I believe that's what he's... Oh, please don't tell me you're getting off there. Oh, that's really bad. All right, everybody get your ass down over there, I guess. I mean, it's not really... It's calling it really... Well, the fact that it took out the pier is obnoxious. I think that was my good pier, too. And the storehouse, that's BM. If they take out the sculptures, it's legit. I should just reload save. This is fine. It's just all the buildings, of course. It's the only one that's destruction matters. Anything else you just rebuild immediately. No downside to that.
Worship me.
Yeah, how about you kill some people? Everybody who's anybody has got to get off. Yeah, they destroyed one building that was like, they probably destroyed like the fountain or something that was important. Hey, you take that back.
Getting hurt is not what I bargained for. I'm skedaddling.
Every voice character has like 7 different lines. It's a real shame because some of them are so specific you just would never hear them. Am I really about to bring Rabble out? I might have to. Gift of cheese, 3 wheels of cheese. Like, wow, thanks, man. Thanks, champ. Yeah, well, these are like the only guys. Okay, they're leaving. That was way tighter. Oh no, they're not leaving. I can't see crap. This is a way closer fight than it needed to be. I should have been on top of things. Siamese not strong, so we can... we can take them on, but we're in no position to take anybody on now. Okay, this guy is leaving. Right? This looks like an SG5E situation. I don't think we want to overwrite our original save. I'm going to send people home because I think... Damn. That. Oh, everything's just dying.
You call that an
Of
invasion?
course.
My grandmother could defeat that army.
Of course, the one building that got destroyed. Yeah, too close to it. This whole block is going to go down. I can't build a maintenance office. Oh, autosave, don't let me down. Oh no, that's not even the right campaign. Yeah, I think Theo's right. Let's just pretend that here's where TMR would say he's doing the SM64 damage, and he'd hit that reset button and be like, "Hey everybody on YouTube, it's your boy TMR here. We're about to get this big 70-star PB in our damageless attempt today." Then the run dies at like star number 5. Press reset again. "Hey everybody on YouTube, it's me TMR. Hope everything is going good today. Got this damageless Super Mario 64 run ready for you guys. Big 70-star damageless PB incoming." But then it doesn't happen. I do feel a lot of things about Kyoto. Yeah, well, him and me both. Him and me both. Man. I will always support Kiata. It's just, I watch a lot of Koyori. Kiara's like the only one in EN who takes the job seriously. And you know what? We really didn't lose a lot of progress. I think I spent most of the stream so far talking about that one Poseidon campaign. And then figuring out where I wanted to build the Zeus building, but then legit not doing anything else. Oh, you know, I made a save at some point. Yeah, yeah, we didn't lose any progress. We lost like no progress. It was pretty pog that we lost no progress. Indeed, we did not. Callie is serious. Chasing pink cattail. It's coyote tail. And it's totally worth. Not sure why this one didn't kill it as fast. Oh, it did. This guy did. This doesn't even want to land. He's like, I'm out. Koyori here. if anybody needs, what the hell happened here? If anybody needs to be sold on Koyori, might I tell you? Ah, we got him anyway. Let's send a message. If anybody needs to be sold on Koyori, what if I told you she's beaten a Mega Man 1 and 2 and is playing Mega Man 3 right now? Would that convince you that she's a good streamer? Yeah, well, I only played 1. I'm gonna play 2 soon. I really do. Like, probably we make 2 playthrough happen next week, ideally. I don't have plans for next week yet, but I'd like to make that happen. She's already moved on to 3, and I don't want to wait too much longer. Yeah, I will let you know, Theo.
And the sea will be friendly.
Probably after this weekend, I'll know. I'll know what day will be good. Maybe like probably earlier better than later. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you in the know. I need to watch out for Roy. What is that? What is? Another invasion? How can I be a spear carrier without my spear? Oh, Poseidon's in here, so he gets the little lit things, even though it's a slab of marble. Kind of cute. Yeah, I thought she was gonna take a bigger break, but then she didn't. She finished Persona 3 PSP remake last week. And Fest is coming up, so she's probably, a lot of her afternoons are probably, a lot of her time that she's not streaming is probably dedicated to rehearsal and preparation for Fest. So I think she wanted to start a new game, but didn't want it to be a longer game. I think that's probably why she ended up on Mega Man 3. Why did this happen? I mean, it's not as strong as the other one. Okay, this is prepared. I guess we just send. I didn't even get warning for this. This is like a. What do you call that? Sneak attack. Yes, I like how I needed a moment to think to remember what a sneak attack was. The word for sneak attack. Sounds like a George W. Bush moment. This is what you would call a pause for effect. Sneak attack. So, real question. I know you might not talk about her, but do you think she's a VM? I think it would be extremely hard. This is where it all goes to pot, huh? All right. Well, here's a reload save. I literally just made a save not too long ago, and then we're ready. I don't think she could realistically have a boyfriend. If she has a boyfriend, her boyfriend's getting... the feels bad man treatment of being ignored. Boyfriend's getting cucked by the Joe Screen viewers, which is pretty based, if that's the case. Alright, well, we can kind of cheat here. By having these here where they show up. Since we know where the landing party is going to be, I think we pause because we need to get this set up. It doesn't even let you move it. Pause. That sucks. Alright, we'll call all because they're going to need to be here. I don't know how good that's going to be. So why wouldn't I like to talk about that? So I had to reread that sentence for a second because I thought I must have misread that because Theo probably said they don't like to talk about it, which is true. I don't ever anticipate the HoloLive VTuber ever being like, actually, my boyfriend, ... I don't envision a reality ever where that happens. I love it when people just stand around here. Like, how about fighting? These dudes here, how about fighting? Nero already settled for being a side dish. Boy, that's quite a topical quote for this. It's as if Laxbot like listens to the audio of the stream. See, did you notice how much cleaner that was? When you actually get the troops to where you want them to be. Our whole city isn't in ashes. All I lost was one building. It was a sucky building to lose. On that note, what if what was that building? Argos, probably. It's probably Argos. I think I need to rebuild that, but not there. Because if fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't fool me again. Talk about parasocial. She doesn't have to care about me as long as I can care about her. Aw, that's sweet, though. It's actually sweet. I don't think it was that. I don't know what this trade place was, but I still have that one. If it was Argos, it was useless. I don't need any of their crap. Is it salamis? It's probably salamis. No, I don't need their crap either. Lemnos? Does anybody remember what that was? A pier? We had fleece in there, right? It buys fleece, but well, it might have been salamis then. Yeah. Yeah, because that's yeah, no pier. Okay, that's what it was. I don't like selling 12 fleece a year is fine. I don't. Not being able to do that is not going to make me broke. This is a real bad problem. The lack of our own military is a bad problem. I really need them. I really need them. Enemy army sailing towards my city. Okay, well. I know how to deal with this. Yeah. And I hope the Kraken actually does good. Like, the reality is this is like the one mission. There's few missions where you can build the Poseidon Sanctuary. And then in those missions, like, having the Kraken is kind of useless because you usually don't... This is the most aggressive military campaign in the game. I think including Poseidon too. They never made a more militaristic-centric mission in this game. Or campaign in this game. What I should do is I should just leave them there. Now, it will suck if they come from a different route, but I think they'll always come.
My dearest, worship me, and I'll make your soldiers.
See, like, being able to actually get value from the Kraken feels kind of... Oh, these all have names.
That sail. Look lively.
This is Deimos.
Enemies are coming, and we trim that sail.
Cronus.
Trim that sail.
Typhoon.
Look lively.
Typhon.
Trim that sail.
Typhon.
Look lively. Enemies
Isn't
are
that the
coming,
computer
and
in
we
La
must be ready.
Mulana? Enyo? Oh, here we go. Oh. Oh. I've never felt so powerful in my life. I sunk the whole navy. They're gonna get maybe one ship. That ship might choose to retreat if his buddy here dies. Oh shit. Okay, boys. No. That guy, he's allowed. You guys gotta think. We got bigger fish to fry. You're not gonna catch up to him. You're not gonna catch up to him here. Zen, everybody's gonna come out. Get my ass invaded by 2. Well, building a navy was a great decision. Okay, it's gonna invade him there. Fine. Yeah, I feel like that's how they try and balance it, is have it be. Where is it? There. Double invasion forces defeated? It looks like it's one dude, but it's multiple dudes. I think I have to, I should kill. Although it says that they're defeated, I could probably just send home. I got the defeated message twice, so I think. Well, I'm not gonna waste armor on this. Not gonna waste armor. Where is my okay. Everybody's going home for a repair and we're gonna take inventory. Did you see how the bribe for the cost for the bribe for the Troy invasion? It was 16K, which is extremely expensive. I can afford it, but the amount of cost to bribe the invading force to not invade is proportional to the strength of the force. So do they just walk over? Okay. Bye, guys. Bye. Yeah, they're retreating. Yeah. What is this? Oh, I don't care about them. That was another invasion. Solomang 231. Here's what we're gonna have these perpetually stationed down here. So if there's ever an invasion that I just forgot to prepare for, it'll be fine. I have to sneeze. I have to sneeze. Okay, I sneezed. If a Hololive member sneezes on stream, they don't mute it. Number one, they don't mute it because that's content. Yeah, that's ASMR. And number two, you're obligated to send a $5 super chat. Whenever a Hololive member sneezes on stream, there's a bunch of super chats immediately that come in. They just roll in. $5 super chat one after another. But I'll say thanks for the sneeze.
Find great strength.
Like a tradition. Hololive, funny enough, has a lot of quote-unquote traditions that entail giving money. She sneezes on the Ludus way. And then people clip it. They make like clip compilations of the VTuber sneezing. I saw this on live stream fail back when that subreddit was actually about live stream fails and not about the same like 8 people on Twitch over and over again. Do I need to own Perganum? I don't. I can just have that be as it is. It does suck though, because I'd like it. I'd like it, but it gets invaded so much. I really can't be bothered. A lot of marbles. It's gonna take years, but I don't wanna start being offensive and conquering cities until I get this built. Because since I'm having it built, we might as well just wait it out. What sucks is not getting other benefits from this. Zeus's stronghold is you pray when you get invaded, and he just destroys the invasion. He just sends them packing. The cooldown for that is pretty long though. Otherwise I'd consider that, but the cooldown is so long. I think getting the unit that's always in the water is better. Argos loves me. How can I... No, they don't have anything I want. I'm going to ask them for... Yeah, like Hermes is nice, but the biggest problem I have with my city right now is I don't have enough armor. And my way of getting more armor is buying bronze. Oh no. I'm not getting any more of... That's actually a problem. That is a legit problem. I don't have enough wood. From whom can I get some more wood? I think it's a better option to not send any navy because the navy is stronger at home. Nah, yeah, Hephaestus is not. Here, you can get Hades, which has a similar benefit to Hephaestus in that when you build a sanctuary, you get ore. You get ore deposits around the sanctuary, but it's silver ore, which means it can only be converted into money instead of Hephaestus's bronze ore. I think when I was a kid, I thought Hephaestus's sanctuary was kind of the coolest one to build because one, it was cheap. It didn't take forever to build, so that was nice. And I just liked getting access to bronze. I thought that was just cool how you... I think I like Athena's was cool, Dionysus. I really liked the sanctuaries that just gave you the raw resource built into the sanctuary. I thought that was just really neat. I like those a lot. I just got the impression that Zobel was not enjoying herself, and that made me happy. SG4E said about Zobel hating Left 4 Dead 2, which is such a bad game. Oh no, Yuma shows up right as I trashed Left 4 Dead 2. Stream to sleep with. I'll give you a stream to sleep with. That's a good stream. Wow, 3 suits of armor. Thanks so much. Here's this one. I mean, the other streamer has her PJs on. It's super bedtime friendly. And sometimes she doesn't have her PJs on, as we've come to find out. Gotta open up the map every so often to make sure there's nobody trying to kill me. I should probably raid a colony. It's one way to get armor. Who's got marble? Just Sparta. I saw in the emote like selector there was apparently Franker Faces FFZ has like a monthly subscription service now. It's kind of funny. They call them like if you join if you subscribe to the monthly service, you're considered a subwoofer. Subwoofers. And I forget what it gives you. It might be those zero with emotes that everybody's crazy about. Probably the zero with emote. I mean, I can't. They all need more appeal.
Worship me, and I will bring you more joy than any other god.
I think this is the wisest. But I don't know what to do about that. This might just never grow. Stuck at that size. And the zero with emotes are like Better Twitch TV has them. I think most people have probably seen.
I hope we see some action soon.
Oh, that's the
this
raiding
armor is
party.
starting to get itchy.
8 wood. 24 wood. The zero with emotes let you like lay an emote on top of another emote. So like when I know when like Christmas comes around, they have like the too cold. You can put emotes like inside of like ice cubes, or there's a way you can give an emote like a Santa hat, and that's you just like type the 2 emotes in, the emote code for both. But one is coded as like zero width. So instead of it taking up its own space, it'll just go on top of the previous emote. Or maybe it's the other way around. It doesn't take up any space, so the next emote you post gets like put on top of it. If I had per game, I would just be constantly having to send them stuff. I think this is I think we make a save. CV hazmat. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. It's kind of cute. Armor. That's surprising to me that that's a land route for Ganem. Troy is a navy route, Siamese is a navy route, but for some reason this is a land route. Whatevers. Whatevers. Matsuri in a hazmat suit. Does that show up on stream? Like, does the stream thing? Oh, it does. Good. I didn't know if the overlay I had for chat on stream would render that right. These sanctuaries really do take forever. How much marble can I buy per year? Okay, at least I can buy 24 marble per year, as opposed to 12. Every city every tradable city, like the campaign, like in the campaign editor, you can set how much per year of tradable good the city either buys or sells. And there's 3 options. You can either set it to be 12, 24, or 36. Most of the time 12 is the default. So sell 12 or buy 12 of stuff, but sometimes they have cities coded. They can take more, up to 26 or 36. Got a new tool, yeah. I didn't know that those always worked. I thought they I didn't know that the ice cube one was available year round. I thought that was just available around Christmas and winter. I guess it's still technically winter, right? So maybe that's why it's still here. Okay. Okay. We're gonna intercept. Man, we might be able to crush this before it lands. Invasion forces defeated. Nice. Yeah, so this won't even try to land. It'll just leave. We're gonna kill it anyway. And having the military Having the Navy. So good. We didn't need to expend any. We didn't have to expend any land unit, and given that our land units are like, it's really hard to get armor. When a land unit dies, you lose one suit of armor. It's like the person dies inside the manor. So you need, in order to replace that unit, you need a person to immigrate to the city, which can only happen after the invasion is over, because usually they don't immigrate when there's a war going on. And you have to wait for them to spawn in and they get all the way up into the building. And then in the meantime, you also need the peddler, this guy right here,
Light. It's time to load it up again with more goods.
to distribute the armor to the house. Every time a soldier dies, you lose the population of that soldier and one suit of armor. Whereas, unless your ship gets sunk, which on the defense seems to never happen, at worst you need to repair it. Repair doesn't cost anything, just some time. Yeah, to get the horsemen, you also need a horse to be distributed, but it's not available for us in this campaign, I suppose, to make it be more difficult, to limit you to the hoplites. Also, perhaps, like, maybe in history, they didn't have the horsemen be sent over. They wanted you to fight this with hoplites. I don't actually know how the,
Worship me, and I will bring you
I'm
more
not exactly
joy
sure
than
what
any
the,
other
like,
god.
damage values are, like how much stronger a horse soldier is compared to a hoplite. I believe it's stronger, in addition to giving you the movement speed buff. The movement speed buff wouldn't matter except for defense. I assume it must also have a damage buff, otherwise there'd be no point between sending hoplites or horsemen to an invasion, like an offensive break. I think it's a really good move to keep the Navy stationed down here. So you can see how much armor these houses have. So this is a full suit. This is 4. And each house can produce a max of 4 soldiers. So this is, a full suit has the little, like, chest. The rune plate body. I guess it's a bronze plate body since these are made from bronze. But yeah, it's this is a set of 4. I believe this is either a 1 or a 2. I think this is a 1 because you can kind of see here it's like 2 shields. And this is just a single shield. When it's all 4, you can clearly see the chest body. So like here's full. Here's full, but all the others, we need armor to fill these up. That's why I'd rather not lose. Oh, that's really good, 16s. I'd rather not lose chain body, plate body. What's the difference? They both go on your body. That was a funny moment. All right. This house is it won't grow any bigger because it complains that I don't care enough about it. It's not appealing enough. Oh, that's okay. We just barely made it appealing enough. That's good. Really good. Because when it's stuck in that mansion phase before it can become a manor, it caps out at being able to provide 2 soldiers instead of 4. So the way the elite housing works is in its least evolved form, so the form where you just put it on the ground, that produces 0 soldiers. Then the first evolution is the manor, which is what this used to be until seconds ago. That can produce up to 2 soldiers, can hold up to 2 plates of armor. And then the next evolution is what we have here, the manor. That can hold up to 4 soldiers. And that's as far as we're able to evolve these. for this campaign. There's one final evolution it could have, which is the estate. And the estate also holds for soldiers, but they can be horsemen instead of foot soldiers if you provide a horse to the house, or a horse for each soldier. These big fancy buildings have more like requirements. Like the people inside want more stuff, like they want wine. They ask for more stuff than the people in the common housing districts ask for. So you don't need to build so many you don't need to have as many like helper buildings, like culture buildings in your housing districts here as you need up here. Because the commoners don't ask for as much stuff. Your workforce is made up entirely of commoners. So you need to be, like a city always, you build the common housing first. Because that's how you get your city running, is with workers. People in the noble district don't work. They don't produce any of your labor force. But they do produce your military, which your common housing does not. Common housing can produce a self-defense force, but it's very weak. And you can't use it for offense. So it's useless for campaigns where you need to rule a bunch of different cities. Because you can't send them on invasions. Yeah, so that is the way around it. The Navy requires 100 employees, which comes from your commoner districts. So there's one way to employ your commoners in the Navy, which is pretty good. The amount of workers you get per house scales with difficulty. You get a lot of workers. Basically, the whole like population will go to work for you at lower difficulty. But I'm thinking of the most difficult option, which is Olympian difficulty. Olympian. It doesn't go up any higher than this. As high as it goes.
My advice to you is
Let's look at the labor force.
find a good life.
So I have a population of 4.6 thousand. Now some of that is going to be elite housing. Like each elite house holds what, 16? So maybe there's like 200. Probably not that much. Let's just say quick maths, 200 people in the elite district. We'll say 4.4k at the lowest. So that 4.4k is only producing 1,000, like 1.2k workers. Is that like
My dearest,
quarter?
worship me, and I'll make your soldier
A little over a quarter of our entire population is part of the workforce. Whereas I think on the easiest difficulty it's closer to like half. So as a kid I always play on the easiest difficulty. Alright, so we just need 20... Okay, so next year we'll be able to finish Poseidon's thing. Next year we finish Poseidon's Sanctuary. Because we'll get the marble for that. Like plenty of the sculptures. See you in 2024. Yeah, I think I'll put this up to... just till the next year. Might as well make a save.
More about a person in an hour of play than in a year of conversation.
Been doing lately? I've been trying to exercise more, but I've been bad with it. I am getting more exercise than I used to. I used to have a more regular exercise routine before COVID happened. But it was a perfect excuse to break a lot of my good habits. Been slowly getting back into it, so that's good. I've been feeling good when I exercise too. Like the first time you do like rigorous exercise after a long break, you're like, man, you do like 10 minutes, you're like, I am sweating. I don't know if I can do this. I feel myself able to like exercise longer and with more intensity, and it feels good. Working on that endurance. Getting those gains. I just have like a little like pedal machine that I use, that I have next to my desk. I've never had a gym membership. I mean, if it's my biological clock. I've always been a night person. So, if I was going to have a gym membership, it'd have to be a 24-hour gym, and I don't know if I have. I think all the gyms like nearby me are kind of like, I don't know, like family-run gyms. Like in the U.S., there's a bunch of like fitness chains, like where you'd be like, oh, do you have like one of those like XYZ Fitness by you, and be like, yeah, there's one like, you know, like 10 minutes away or whatever. Like a lot of gyms are part of like a corporate, you know, corporate franchise that people are used to going, and a lot of those are 24 hours. Well, some of them at least. I know some of them that are probably in bigger cities especially. They're open 24 hours. I feel like if I was going to have a gym membership, I would want that, because I like the freedom of being able to just go. And it is nice. You have like the place to yourself. You go at like 2 a.m., I'd imagine. But I never had a gym membership. I visited once. I had a friend who was like, hey, you should like, you know, come to my gym sometime and, you know, check out like the equipment and stuff. They have like a free pass. I'll get you in. And I went, and it was fine. But it's really nice to have something like at home, just fitness equipment at home, so that you just you've got zero excuses. Like that way, it's like, yeah, I'd work out, but I got to drive to the gym, and that's like, yeah, you don't have an excuse when the machine is literally right here at my desk. There's a free pool 5 minutes away from where I live. It's great for exercising without being drenched in sweat. Yeah, that is nice, especially in the summer months. Yeah, Zai has great, even for the animated one is really good. I'm a big fan of the animated one. I'm in a Zai's Discord. I hope your pool is mostly is it like a public pool? Hopefully it's mostly just adults and not kids. Whenever I see a bunch of kids in a pool, it's an instant like turn off from wanting to be in the pool. See like weird like clouds floating. This is forever ago. I was at a pool once where a kid like pooped in the pool. I was also at a pool once where a kid threw up in the pool. I guess I'd have to say throwing up in the pool is slightly less gross than pooping in the pool. But yeah, they just like, it's like, it was like situation, everybody out of the pool. they have a procedure for that. Everybody gets out of the pool and the pool's closed for several hours. Now you can pee in the pool and then nobody would ever know. They don't close the pool for that. Swim somewhere in the pool and all of a sudden it feels a little bit warmer. Not a good sign. I have a... yeah. One of my uncles lives in New Jersey. I have not visited him in a while, but I should. He has his own private pool, like out by his patio, and he's had Well, he's lived the house where he lives now. He lives like in a nice neighborhood, and they have an outdoor pool, his own private pool there. He used to live somewhere else in a different neighborhood, and he also had a pool, but it was an above ground pool. You know, those pools that are like a big circle, not like a kiddie pool, but like a big, you know. It was really nice because part of his deck too. Like his deck was wood, and it'd go all the way up to the pool. But the pool was above ground. It's like a big, you know, like a big vat of pool water. And that was nice. But the in-ground one that he has now at his new place is really good. And it also has heating. Like the pump produces heated water. So if it's not like you get in the pool and you're like freezing. You know, like the first like 10 seconds that you're in the pool is like horrible because your body's adjusting to the water temperature. And then after that, it's fine. But like right when you get in, you're like shaking. Like, I hate this. But his pool now is really nice, and it's in ground. It's rather large. It's heated, and it's a saltwater pool, which I didn't really think would make a difference, but it does. Like instead of using chlorine, you just put like you just add a bunch of salt. I don't know the specifics, but like the chemical you put in, the like pump or whatever, to keep the pool clean isn't chlorine, it's salt. So it doesn't have that really strong chlorine smell when you get in it. It just smells a little bit salty. And like you get out and you know like when you've been in a pool, like a chlorine pool for a long time? Yeah, down here the salt is a whale. I was thinking it too. You've been in the pool for a long time. You get out and your just body feels kind of like dry, and you got that chlorine feel. It doesn't happen in the salt pool. Another thing is like you fall down and you accidentally get like water in your mouth. It just tastes like water. It doesn't have like the gross chlorine taste. Do you ever think about... I should drop the subject here. I was about to say something, but... about asking yourself how clean public pools might actually be, but it's just better not to think about it. So I'm just going to drop it. Never been in one. Like in Japan, like this is one of the many things that Nihon does right. Is like they have like the hot springs, right? The onsen. And was that it? Dang, that was easy. Japan has like the onsen, the spring. But the rule is you have to, like there's showers by the onsen. A laudable invasion. And everybody has to shower before they get in the pool. Or the spring. And I think that's a really good rule. I wish that was the case for public pools as well. But and they shower naked. Is even better. Like some of like the like pools will have like, you know, the shower. It'll have like, you know, they'll have like the outdoor shower without soap or anything. It's just, you know, it's like the shower by the public pool, like right next to the pool. And they might have rules like make sure you like shower down before you go in the pool, but in your like bathing suit, like dousing yourself with the shower water for like the 10 seconds before you get in the pool isn't really going to clean you. So what's the benefit we get here? Yeah, let's crack it. Hopefully he's down at the invasion point. If he's not. Oh, hey, you stay down here, sir. Is he gonna go? Is his wander radius gonna be obnoxious? Well, here's where we find out. Okay, immediately going. I like this. Was there? Yeah, there is fish. We can't fish them. Wait, can we fish them? Oh, we could fish them. No, I can't be bothered. I got plenty of food. Alright, let's see this. Damn. We're not going to get to see it. Well, he was ready.
Soon you'll crack.
You just going to stay there? You gone? Sir, would you mind coming back? Well, he's going to get another chance to show up. I don't know what happened to him. It's supposed to... Wait, what the hell is this? There's just farmland over here. Weird. I don't think I even knew that was there. He's going all the way to Troy. So what benefits do we get here? Poseidon will haul in a catch of fresh seafood if there is any need in the city. When your citizens are hungry, when you honor Poseidon with a sanctuary, the Kraken will patrol your waters and defeat any adversaries he meets. Your fishermen, urchin catchers will find their work easier and produce more food for your city. Pray to Poseidon if you need more seafood. I think after we deal with this invasion, we might start doing some offensive stuff. Yeah, free food, which is unfortunate. Like, okay, he's here. Okay, we need him to... I wish he would not patrol and just go here. But he's better than the other ones, and when the invasion actually starts, he goes to it. This is a pretty beefy. He goes to it immediately, which is so nice. The other, like... Ares' dragon just like, oh, here I am. Alright. Alright, okay. Okay, we're gonna see this time because it's a bigger force. This is for a slightly better edition. He might be able to one-shot. He managed. I believe he just... It was like one of those like stare downs where it's like they see the huge Kraken and then they were scared, so they became ineffective. That's what I want to believe. I think we go on the offensive. What I should do is Miami first. What do we want here? I think we do leave these crude. What are these? These are Typhoon and Kronos.
Look lively! Enemies are coming, and we must be ready.
Oh, hold up. Hold up. We've got one more invasion. Where the hell is this one? One more invasion to deal with. Yeah, Talos. Like, Talos, like, Hephaestus' sanctuary is pretty small. So it means his benefits can't be that good, and indeed, Talos sucks. Oh, this is a huge one. Okay. Here's where the Kraken will definitely participate, because I don't think we're going to be able to destroy all of these with our boats.
My dearest, worship
Alright.
me, and I'll
Might finally go in.
find great strength.
Let's see. Whew. Whew. Ooh. Okay. The worshipping Poseidon was probably the right choice. three-shotted. It was just like, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead, invasion crushed. Pretty good. Doesn't tell you which one it is? Well, that's useless. I mean, it's probably the top two. Probably the top two. I mean, everybody's invaded, right? I don't think they're going to have time to invade again. It was the top two. Perfect. Because those are the first two I built. I think, like, we haven't had, and those two I just sent, those two ships I just sent have not participated in the past, like, 4 invasions, because everybody's just been dead before they've made it that far. So I'm comfortable sending those off. I think the combination of these 4 ships here, right at the entry point to the city, on top of having the Kraken now, gives me enough confidence where I'm willing to send off this much of my military. Also, given the fact that I've just been invaded so much that probably anybody who wants to invade me is going to be on a little bit of a break. Karguda defending my city. Look at this money. Ooh, look at our armor. I like that. I like that. Could you imagine further update to guard Gouda mod for Zeus, Naked Gouda defending your city as the Kraken? That'd be pretty based.
There aren't any enemies on our waters right now, but we're ready for them when they do come.
Soon you'll crack.
Yep. The Kraken is pretty strong, and I guess it has to be because, like, the benefit... This is the second biggest sanctuary in the game. The only one bigger than this is Zeus's. I believe the top 3 as far as materials required and space required are Zeus at the top, then Poseidon, then Hades. And Poseidon's benefits as well... Every sanctuary, like, benefits, like, one building. So this, like, benefits your water resource gatherers, like your fishers and your urchin getters. This one just gives you food on top of that. Pretty big letdown for having to put so many resources into building that and only getting a boost of food, because even if it blesses those sea buildings, that's just extra weak now. So even if it blesses those sea buildings, like, overall, all the sanctuary is doing is buffing your food, which is, like, generally the least valuable resource of your city, because well, it's very important, but you're just usually equipped to make so much of it that you're not going to need more of it from a sanctuary. So all of the sanctuaries, like, stuff that it gives you is pretty, like, overrated, I guess. I was gonna say undervalued, but that's not what I mean. Like, the value itself is low. Not that you're underappreciating the value. No, the value itself is low. It's not really giving you that much. But I guess it makes sense that the Kraken has to be really strong, because that at least balances out the fact that everything else the sanctuary gives you is kind of underwhelming. Kraken is very strong. It knows to actually shoot stuff instead of you get Talos or Ares' is dragon in the city and it just, like, walks around for a while. Like, yeah. Although I do wonder if, like, the Ares dragon isn't so bad because of a bug in this game. For some reason, like the GOG version, or at least running this game on a modern PC, there's an issue I've been encountering. Like we saw it here a while ago, where like Poseidon spawning in took like forever. There's some weird thing with the big sprites in this game, like the minions of gods and the gods themselves, where they're just like, their animation is bugged where it just takes forever to load. So while the dragon like wants to load in to get to wherever, or while the god wants to load in to get rid of the other god who's invading your city, it just takes forever. But it doesn't seem to happen to sea-based things. The land-based stuff loading in, because the Kraken's very responsive. So I wonder if part of that is just because the bug doesn't affect the monsters. I never had this issue on the OG. See, this is right now. Like, Poseidon is loading in right here. And we're getting like 1 frame every 5 seconds of the loading in animation. On the original Zeus game, on like your Windows 98 PC, this animation looked totally normal. He would just load in and be here right now. It's very fluid. Looked like a real animation. But yeah, the modern release of this game, or at least how it runs on modern platforms, has this problem. At least on my PC. If you play this game and it doesn't have a problem on your PC, I'd be curious to know. Repairs. Loading slower than Dojins online. I'm gonna go right back and do another invasion. Yeah. Time is now. On the map, nobody's invading us. This should be pretty easy. Ooh, our military really got hurt though. Military got pretty hurt. Oh well. Ah, yeah. I should get that. Surely it's out by now. I'll link it when I find it. Thought for a second it was going to be, the question was, any news about Laplace? And it's like, yep.
And I will bring you more joy than any other god.
She streamed Valorant the other night. On Twitch. I don't know. Laplace is in a weird situation where I think she doesn't... who knows? Who knows what's going on in her head? But she's indicated that she has some mental... I don't think it's like a mental, like a psychological issue. I think it sounded more of just like, maybe like burnout. I'm not sure if streaming at the like level of Hololive maybe what is maybe what she wants to do. I think she maybe lost that spark. So I wonder how long Laplace will be around. You know? I feel like the same thing happened with Sana. Just came for the monthly primes. Yeah, maybe. Lami stole my prime, but I was happy to give it to her. And you would believe it? Well, everybody who's in Hololive has done streaming before. Because you have to, like, you can apply to be in Hololive, and they have all of the, they go to their website, and there's like application, and they'll tell you what they want, which includes a portfolio. So they want you to send them like Here's VTubing work I've done before. Here's streams as a VTuber of me doing it. That's what they use. As part of it is like kind of like an audition tape kind of deal. So everybody's done VTubing, VTuber streaming. Damn, these people. This house is okay. This house is devolving because it lost its armor. Oh, look who's Johnny on the spot right here. Come on, come on. Show him what's up. Sniped. Oh, he's so good. One and done. If the Kraken is in your sights, you're not long for this world.
I have come down from Olympus.
Can I get away with... Need more armor. Everybody's worked as a VTuber before, but it's different being a hololive VTuber. Because if, like, the people, like, if you're gonna apply for hololive, right? You're probably someone who, you know, if you're already really successful as a VTuber, there's not much motivation to apply to hololive, right? You're probably someone who wants more exposure, wants to reach a bigger audience, and that's something the hololive can definitely give you. But it's a big difference between streaming for maybe like 10 to 100 people each stream versus streaming in front of
Traders will
thousands.
travel to the city easy.
Every stream. The upper echelon of hololive, like Pekora and Marin, get anywhere between 20k to 40k viewers each stream. Koyori will get anywhere between 10 to 20k each stream of viewers concurrent. Not like unique viewers, but like you look at how many people are watching right now, and we'll see any number between like 10k to 20k for Koyori. And with that also comes having a target on your back all the time. Hololive has plenty of just like antis who don't want you to be successful, who will pounce on any moment of weakness that you have, who will make like unflattering clips of you or whatnot, spread false rumors about you. And that's... Oh, where's the Kraken? Come on. Where are you? Oh, why are you all the way up over there? Alright, he's gonna do... he's gonna hit him when they least expect it. I can respect this. I can respect this stratagem. Hey, Rio. I think it's that aspect of hololive that people, the talent, who apply, can understandably get very burnt out over. And the reality is that never changes. I don't think you're going to wake up one day and all of a sudden you're going to have everybody who was your auntie is just all of a sudden not going to be there. Everybody who said anything negative about you is just all of a sudden not going to say it anymore. I don't think you ever get to that point, of course. And I get the impression that that's probably what happens to Laplace. Is it's like, and it's happened to other people too. Like probably happened with Sana. It's like you build up your career initially on that smaller audience where things aren't as cutthroat, where people aren't always trying to get at you, where you don't have to deal with all this crap online. And that's much more comfortable and easy to get in a groove with than being a huge streamer. I just think like when you see that, it's probably the cause. Hey Captain, how was not Frogs night? Caught any of the Frog game when Captain played? That was the one I suggested for Race. Oh, okay. I did see some of the frog game. Yeah, I didn't know anything about it before. It was kind of cute. I watched a bit of Captain Stream. Slowly crawling through it. I see. Sounds like a typical Metroidvania experience. Just little by little, you're making that progress. Little by little. Honestly, as long as we have this setup here where we've got the Kraken and the only
enemies in our waters right now, but we're ready for them when they do.
the only thing that really sucks is the other cities are going to get reconquered. You know what? I think I just have to let that happen. I think when they get reconquered, their military strength is like down really low because they got conquered, so they have no military left. So then they're just ripe for the reconquer. And I think that's a smarter play than trying to defend. It's just replenishing the army is tough. So it'd almost be a case for having two... You know, an emperor, you're allowed to build two of the same shop in the same agora market for emperor. There's 100% be an instance where you put two armors distributors in the same place because you just need to get that armor out there and get your troops replenished as much as possible. There's almost a case for building two agoras in here, or a at least a common agora just that has armor to help get them restocked. But okay, theoretically, if I was going to conquer, I need the one that starts with an L, right? Yeah, Lurnessus. I think I just have to keep striking. I feel confident enough now that I can defend my city with my naval situation. Who doesn't enjoy... I mean, yeah, naval, right? That's the adjective form of navy, right? Oh, I have to hold off now. We'll wait to defend that invasion. Not conquered yet. I come back to it after work tonight. 3 bosses left. Story with Luna. Dark with Luna this weekend. Beat the robot security bot. Okay, thanks. As soon as this Troy invasion comes to our shore, you're going to get on the offensive. Weekend Sanic. I suppose we haven't set a time yet for RPG race. Suspect Emo may post a time soon. I'm going to be early Saturday, right? For you guys? Late Friday for me. I'm not sure either. I kind of just left it for him to say. Since it sounded like his schedule was going to be the... sounded like his schedule was going to be... the tightest.
Trim that sail! Look lively! Enemies are coming, and we must be ready!
I would prefer if the Kraken wasn't in the middle of nowhere. Can I get a Kraken check? Up there, whatever. He's good when he shows up, and he shows up pretty quick. Yeah. Yeah, nowish would be a good time for me. I mean, it's a short game, so I could do like an hour, need be, later. Could even do 2 hours, I suppose. Like this is not generally a great time, but for a shorter game, it's fine. It's not like it's starting a 20-hour game at this time would be a yikes. Yeah, that's fine. There's the freaking Kraken. Kraken check? Wish there was a Kraken check. Where did he go? Oh. At least he moves fast.
If you worship me, traders will find travel to the city easy.
Maths group watch. This setup is just too good. Nobody gets through this. That's broken. I finally found what's broken. 4 ships positioned just like that is broken. Now. Yeah, like we probably send all these people and they just die, but whatever. So I actually had to reload save close to the start of stream because we did get bodied. But been pretty smooth sailing since then. There's a lot of goals to meet. We need to like conquer everybody, and some of them are going to get reconquered. Sports Tosh. There's always FM. Yima was talking about he wants to do an FM race. Not exactly sure if it's better to put the armories close to where you want the armor to be, or close to where the bronze is. It probably is about the same either which way. See, this is the unfortunate part, because everybody's just going to get reconquered, and I think I just have to let them be reconquered and then go reconquer them. Because reconquering, because if they get conquered, they're going to be weak, and then we just go back in and we take them. It's not worth trying to defend, because I'll just lose the amount of forces it would take to reconquer them that way. And I don't care if they hate me. The only argument for trying to preserve, to come to their aid if they're being attacked, is if you wanted them to have a good relation with you. I don't care what they think of me. They don't want to play up with me. I feel that. Now that's surprising. I didn't think I had... the... enough military force to conquer there. Thought it was going to take 2 trips.
For a feast of Pan or Aphrodite.
You can discover more about a person in an hour of play.
FM comfy. Wow, look at all these people. This is everybody who... This is everybody who died, by the way. Well, they died in the invasion, and now their housing is available for new residents, and that's the new residents. Edge people. A lot of them. People are easy to replace in this game, but armor is not. I see, that's fine. It sucks, but it's fine. Go in and reconquer.
Soon you'll crack.
So one of the big improvements that Emperor makes over this game
Worship
is
and
for
I
units
more
like this,
than any other
units
god.
like god units. There's no monster units, and like they got rid of all the monsters because like it makes sense to have like Greek like beasts and monsters for a Zeus game because of their just how often they appear in Greek mythology. But Emperor, based on like Chinese history, only has like Chinese gods. But the improvement they made is for those special units. Instead of having them just wander around in your city like this, where it's just like, oh, I'll just walk around, and you just hope they happen to be in the right spot when you need them to do something like make an invasion, or they happen to go to wherever the district is where you need them to cast a blessing. Emperor lets you, it gives you a flag, just like you have like your how you can station your military, like you move like this, like okay, put this guy here. Gives you a flag, and it lets you move the god around and cast blessings. It's such a big improvement because you get them to do what you want, than just having them wander. You can give them the option to wander, but not a good idea. Better take them where they want them to be. All right, so we'll go back into sign. Of course, they strengthen up while we wait. Off you go, little beast. Away! This is a fine capture. I saw Ziz streaming PoE today. Apparently, no, it was Crip. Crip was playing, I guess one of the events started today. The Sanctum events. Why is the next league taking forever? Is it going to be this is when they drop PoE 2? Because you know PoE 2 is just going to get dropped. It's coming this year, right? Last we heard. GGG loves to do that. They love to do the, oh, guess what, guys? PoE 2. They did that with Acts 6 through 10. Well, no, they did that with Acts 5 through 10, right? I think so. Yeah, 5 wasn't in the game. It was never 1 through 5. It was 1 through 4, and then I think it was after that 1 through 10. Oh, they're setting up the... I hate that they do that, too. The time when they canceled the one league... What was the other game that like danced around that they even said like, yeah, we don't want to release at the same time? Was it Lost Ark? I don't think so. It was a Blizzard game. Maybe it was Diablo. The re-release of Diablo 2? I don't know. Oh, that's right. It was Cyberpunk. Oh, man. That was a good time. Quad cloned one of those beasts. The Apex. Did a beast hunt. Yeah, but PoE used to be Acts 1 through 4 for forever. Used to be 1 through 3 for forever. Dominus used to be the last boss, the final boss of PoE, and it would roll credits after that. And then they added Act 4, and then Malachi became the final boss. And completely, like, with no build-up. Oh, this is a really strong invasion. Alright, we're gonna need the Kraken. Oh, thank goodness he's here, too. That is unfortunate. With no build-up, they just released, they're like, oh, by the way, next league, you're getting Acts 5 through 10. Enjoy. Bam. 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 Boy, he went in. He went in. Are you sure it wasn't? Are you sure it wasn't the trade ship?
You will be thrilled when you see what I have to trade with you.
Oh, they're gone. They are dead. Kraken help there. Building the Kraken was a great decision. I wasn't sure at first if it would be worth it. I thought he would be kind of as annoying as Talos and useless. He's been putting in work. Kill the trade too. I still don't have any interest to play PoE, even if PoE 2 comes out. Because you know PoE 2 is going to come out and it's going to be... I mean, don't they have to put it out in beta first anyway? They'll get like some streamers to stream it. That's what happened through Acts 5 through 10, didn't it? But PoE 2 will come out and it'll be buggy. And you'll get all the Reddit posts about like, blah, blah, loot feels bad. Oh, my game keeps crashing. How come I have a GTX 9, whatever you're supposed to have now, and the game doesn't play well? Yeah, I guess it'll be after ExileCon, but it'll probably be like right after. I just won't let GGG live down the fact that just loved the stealth drop stuff. Just play Diablo 4 and be sad. That's a problem I don't have. My future is just playing Trails games. Never touching an ARPG again. It's going to be Trails. Although at this point I don't think I'm going to be playing Trails 2 and 3 next. I'm probably going to finish up Trails 1 and then jump right into Azure. And then come back and play 2, 3. Which would be a nice break from Sky. Because the other option is to play 2 and 3 and then be a bit tired. And then not play Azure for a while and then be sad. I think I'd rather just play Azure. Yeah, Azure in just like a week, right? Or it's like a few days, isn't it? A few days from now. Trails to Azure. The unfortunate part of the journey is about to happen soon, and that's we're going to have to conquer other cities that are really strong, and we're just going to have to lose. Respectful enough to... I don't know. If it's a demand, they're not going to give it. We're going to do some raiding. Like, I mean, more military districts, like having more military isn't bad, but yeah, I don't know if it'll be that. I don't know if it'll do me much good because my main problem is not having the armor to upkeep them. I could squeeze in another military district here, maybe. Well, no, the wolves are here, so that would be annoying. Like, I think if I had like if
My dearest, worship me, and I'll make
I happen to have a convenient, like, undeveloped plot of land around here, I guess I could move these sculptures out and put it here. If there was just like a nice slab of land where it's like, okay, yeah, let's put another housing district here, then maybe it wouldn't hurt. But the lack of armor is what really slows me down. To that extent, I should probably try and conquer Miletos next, because that way I can buy armor from them. I'm just going to plunder them right now, because they're very strong. So, I'd rather replenish my military first. That's probably what we have to do. After that, we just have to start throwing dudes at them and losing our army over and over again. Could maybe build more ships. I don't have the workers. Like the better option would be to just build another housing district and build more ships. But I don't know if I need to do that. I kind of want to just see where this gets me. Like, it's working, it's just slow. Guess I could speed it up. It's working, it's just slow. No, it does, doesn't it? How it should be. I didn't even know I didn't even realize you used that, because the italics just doesn't stand out much in Twitch chat. I don't really feel like that trolled too much. I don't know why they took that out. I don't think it's a big deal that sometimes people's text changes to a different color. Yeah, those are really obnoxious. Is okay. I got plenty of armor now. Do you see that? Here, look, just watch and see how only for a split second the armor stays in stock. Because you can only take 4 armor at a time. But he's coming back with it. Here's the guy right here.
Must be getting
Hephaestus couldn't make better armor than this. I hope it sees some action soon.
We must be getting sophist. I mean soft. One of our subjects is rebelling against us.
Oh, who cares? So he gets back here. He's been business. He's actually lasting for a while now. Maybe the peddler's not out? Okay, because the peddler's not out. Peddler goes out. It lasts pretty long there. I guess this side is all stocked up. Yeah, he's still in stock. It went out now. Okay, he's going to go get another batch. I wonder if the peddler always goes out that way. I haven't really paid attention to that. Because these houses have always, they seem to always be like this. It would be a cute little strat as we build a street down here and put an agora that just distributes armor. That would get it distributed faster. I don't want to do that. Does this guy always go up to the top? Because this is not a bad strat if that's the case. Simon being under attack sucks. We have to wait for Simon to be conquered, then reconquer, and then launch our invasion.
If you worship me, traders will find travel to the city easy.
It's not really that worth it, because I don't think I'm going to be in a situation where I have so much armor. We're in that situation right now because we just plundered 16 pieces, but on the regular, it's not going to be like that. The fact that they're both getting invaded really sucks, though. I wonder if I could conquer both of us. Oh, it's risky. It's risky, but I might have to do it. I might have to split my army and go after both at the same time. This is me not giving a damn. The Reconquer. And the other one's going to come in and be like, oh, I got conquered. Well, you're going to get your ass reconquered as well. Ron's 90, right? Yeah, we're going to be on 90 for a while. Uh-huh. The silver lining is the more... Oh, shoot, they're still strong. The silver lining is the more people we conquer, the fewer people can invade to reconquer. So we're going to get a tipping point pretty soon where we have enough stuff conquered where they won't be able to launch as many invasions. I don't know what the M word is, unless the word is pussy.
My dearest, worship me, and I'll make your soul.
What was the context for that?
Strength.
Cyan Flash selling mage logs 1k each, tapioca 2k. First person to give me 1 mil won't regret it. First person to give me 1 mil won't regret it. You know what would be good? You go into go on one of the RuneScape streams and do that for their text-to-speech in the monotone voice. Just copy and paste over and over again. Because that's how I read it in my head whenever I see that, because they spam it. They spam in the GE. First person to give me 1 mil won't regret it. First person to give me 1 mil won't regret it. First person to give me a sub won't regret it. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that alteration. First person to give me a sub won't regret it. Selling stuff in RuneScape, how you learn to type faster. Had to spam so much. Did it not have... Did the OG client, like, not... There was not an easy way to copy-paste. You were literally just typing each time to keep up. That's funny. Can't copy-paste now. Oh. Keep typing it. You want to know something that's a little bit sad? I had this game when I was a kid. Dude, I wish I could find it. It wasn't Mario Teaches Typing. I don't think it was Mario Teaches Typing. It was another... No, it wasn't Mario Teaches Typing. It was a similar game. It was a similar game, and I remember it had two huge hands on the screen, and those were like the mascots. And one of the game modes you could unlock was... one of the game modes you could unlock was like an email minigame where you were just meant to type whatever and send it to like the computer. And the computer would give you a generic response back. And it was the same response every time. It was just meant like, oh, okay, you send off it's a pen pal mode. Send off, like, practice your typing whatever you want, and send it off to your pen pal. And I used to do that unironically. I used to write real messages to my quote unquote pen pal in the game, which was really nobody. And it would write the same generic message back every time, and it would make me happy. RuneScape chat finished. RuneScape chat itself lets you set an auto chat. Got muted in RuneScape once for spamming. Okay, this is stupid. This is fun. Boom, boom. Not even close. Lets you copy and paste your password into RuneScape. But doesn't let you copy and paste your two-factor auth code in, which is I personally find really dumb. Because obviously it's the same screen too. It's just like one different dialog box. It's the same screen. And it has like copy paste support for your password. But literally the next screen for the OAuth code doesn't support it. And like every OAuth like thing like has like I use auth and you just click the little button that says copy to to clipboard. And you just paste. But no, you don't just paste because they disabled that for whatever reason. Go get kills for a boss. Leave that for tomorrow.
If you worship me, my beloved hound will watch over your city.
Yeah, right. And can be useless. I forgot that Hades had a guard dog. That's probably why they give you Hades for this mission, is because you could max up your defenses. It does give you the 3, like, Zeus is you pray to Zeus, and it just destroy it. 100% guaranteed, if he accepts your prayer, will destroy the incoming invasions. Get out of jail free card. And then Poseidon gives you Kraken, and then Hades gives you the guard dog. A victorious warrior is returned, but we've got to get, if you worship me. Access merch. Discount my merch and access my members only stream. Speaking of members only stream. I've become a proud owner of this emote. Unfortunately, it doesn't get you anything. It doesn't get you any of the YouTube membership perks. And there's no, like, Discord. But you know that you supported an anime girl in your heart. I wonder if support of the corporation. She gets like, okay, so Twitch gets 25. Twitch gets like $2.50 of it. Then Cover takes their like $1.25, and then Lamy probably gets $1.25 left over. But I did my tiny part. Copium. Militos is going down. Such a small part. I wish Koyori has a Twitch channel. Koyori has a Twitch channel, but she's never streamed on it. That's literally just there to collect free primes. That she might not even know exists. Because some of the talent are like, what? I have a Twitch channel? So I'm not really... I don't really want to subscribe to it because it's possible coverage. She's like, oh, whoops, we forgot to pay you for that thing that your assistant coons have been subscribing to. Whoops, sorry, I didn't tell you about that. If you knew about it, she would know to make sure to double check those monies. I wonder if they have to, like, I wonder if when they get their emotes done, if like part of like the emote agreement is to only use it on YouTube, because nobody uploads their emotes to Twitch, and they're pretty bad. Like Roboco is the only one who actually has good emote game on Twitch. Josh Kuhn equals ATM. I'll happily act as an ATM to Koyori. She's worth it. I think today is going to be the so you know nothing about Holo live stream. It sucks. I don't remember on Koyori yet, but I think I'm going to.
If you worship me, traders will find travel to the city easy.
I finally settled on a YouTube name. I'm SG4E on YouTube. Now when I chat in Koyori's chat, you'll see SG4E. Should probably upload one of a cute Josh-kun picture. Cause that's the thing. I used I'm Micah Plays Games on. I have the Micah Plays Games channel. It seems like a weird name to use as like the name you participate in, like the streamers chat with. Long. For one. That sucks. Just like I've got no army now, thanks to the recent events. I had another, I guess, YouTube login that's just, it asks you for a first and last name, so just put SG4E for both of them, the fields. So I was SG4E space SG4E, which looked really stupid. And I didn't know how you changed that. I finally found where you change that. You can make a nickname. So now I'm just SG4E. And I use that account to chat, to post cute emojis in VTuber streams. So I'll have to member Koyori with that one. So she can say SG4E, thank you for membership. SG5E. SG5 head E. More like. Well, it's not great, but I feel like I have to go after Militos again. Are these just lacking people? Not having armor feels so bad. I mean, the quicker I conquer Militos, the quicker I have additional armor to buy. I missed my big chance to super chat though, because Koyori's theme is she's like a chemist, so she makes chemicals and stuff. She did a stream where she made a potion that turns her into a loli. And at the end of that stream, she thanked everyone. She did the super chat reading as a loli and called everybody SG4 Yoni-chan. Stuff like that in her loli voice. I could have had the sound clip of being called SG4 Yoni-chan if I had super chatted. Which would have been worth it. But she hates. She calls. She did this. She did the lowly stream last year. Did the lowly stream last year, and she hated it. And it's been exactly 1 year, and like it was well received though. The Joshkuns wanted more. So a year later, she decided to do it one more time, but she like billed it as like a hell stream. Please come to my hell stream and help me get through this. It's cute though. Could send her marshmallows. Marshmallow is like an AMA. This Japanese streamers do a lot. It's a website. You just go to the website. It's like marshmallow.qa or something stupid. I think this is enough, but oh well. You go to the website. Mana's reaction, crony leave. You go to the website and you can ask questions anonymously, and streamers like to read their questions and answer them like an AMA. A lot of Holotown has done it in the past. Even the EN Holotown does that because it's like established, like a thing you do as a Holo member. Do a marshmallow stream every once in a while. People would send her. She did a send lowly Koyori your questions, and boy did she get some real winners as questions. Some of the Joshkuns became completely unhinged as far as what they were willing to say anonymously to lowly Koyori. Any winners? We all won. But me, I lost. There were winners and losers, but everybody lost at the end. She says she hates those streams, but hopefully she'll do one next year. Hopefully. Once a year Koyori tradition. Koyololi. Alright, conquering Militos there is huge. Huge. And I am buying armor from them immediately. What's up, fellow Greeks? Hey, Hydromedia. How's your evening been? Better not be any Trojans in this chat being dirty spies. Oh, the Kraken is right where we need to be. Here we go. Here we go. Bang, 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 bang. Did you see that? Kraken is really OP. Been judged for your anime taste in RuneScape? Why? What did you say? Where's the invasion?
Build me a pyre to roast my
Conquering Militos is huge. And finally. Finally. One bad thing about this setup is the armor distributor might try and go all the way there to pick it up. Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna do it. The armor distributor is here right now.
Going out to find the finest Corinthian helmets, not to mention hoplons, greaves, and
He's gonna go all the way over here to get it. Because that's the only place it exists in the city. So He goes and he gets the good, but it's a huge trek to get there. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to buy it and then get the warehouse deliverers to get it closer to this guy. In the end, it's probably going to be... I suppose it's not that bad. Because they'll bring it here, and then for his next 2 trips, it'll be nearby. For like the anime girls who always look underage, or are 10,000-year-old dragons, got 'em. Why? Who did you say you liked? Who did you say you liked in RuneScape chat and got called out for specifically? Oh shoot, I don't have wood. I got no way to get wood. Oh no, I made a miscalculation. Oh no. Oh, gotta get it from Sime. Can I rely on Tenedos? Tenedos is just like, oh yeah, they hate me because I'm constantly sending them. Misato from Neon Gelion, or however you say that. Neo-Gavelian. Oh, sharing images on Discord. Things like Koyori, Callie, and Carol. Well, none of them look young, so I don't know why they would say that. Misato. I've never watched Evangelion, so let's see who Misato looks like. This is like super basic looking. This is like animegirl.jpg. 90s animegirl.jpg, aka Misato. Bam. Call myself an anime. Although VTubers are changing that, because all the time that I would have been spent watching anime is now spent watching VTubers. Same. Super normie. I think probably a lot of people have seen it.
My dearest, worship
I don't think I'd put it in like Harvest Moon, Sailor Moon, or DBZ tier. I feel like those two are like the every normie has seen these shows. But it's getting there. You're just making me for real, a disaster. How come I can't keep these cities in control? And I'm gonna have to go to Ethiopia. Well, the good news is I can finally buy more armor.
Build me a pyre to roast my friends upon.
Finally buy armor. I have come down from Mount Olympus. Ideally, I wouldn't accept wood anywhere, but Ithaca is just dead, by the way. Dead. I don't think I accept wood anywhere. Because that way it'll just stay here. Fine, I can stay in here. I'll just take 12. It's a good time to be a VTuber fan, or specifically a HoloLive fan. They're playing a lot of good games now. Koyori's been playing Mega Man 3. Well, she started Mega Man 3 yesterday after completing Mega Man 1 and 2 earlier this month / end of February. Korone is playing Super Mario 64, which for whatever reason she says she's never played before in her life, which is kind of upsetting. But are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to conquer them again. She's she finished 70 Star a couple days ago, and she enjoyed it so much she's gone back to it and is working towards getting 120. Okayu is playing Twilight Princess. Yeah, Hololive actually playing games. They don't have the reputation for playing games, but they're actually playing games now. Toilet paper. Jedi Fallen Order earlier. He played Salamander, some like old school Konami shmup 2 days ago. Not looking forward to playing that for Holo Retro Challenge. Yikes. I wonder if I put that on Get, that might help. I just have no military because I can't make armor. Yeah, Militos is conquered. Alright, don't worry, we'll go get him back. This is a part of the game that's a little bit dumb. I'm in an endless loop. It's Sparta. Can one of you people give me some armor? Gonna play Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces. Is she now? If I can't reconquer this, it's gonna suck. Like, the obnoxious strategy might just be like you just make a huge military and then you have it all stocked up before you try and conquer anybody. And you just send it all and conquer everybody at once. You need a tremendous military. Because that way there's no attrition. You just don't have to worry about... I'm getting big attrition right now. I just can't keep these cities conquered and held, which sucks. Keeping Militos is like priority number 1. It's fine. Do whatever you want. There's some micromanagement here. Because we want the armor to be all in here, because it's the closest to here. Ah, the invasion being crushed is huge. Feels bad, man. This chapter really does suck. I might have to build another housing district.
My beloved hound will watch over your city.
And build more triremes. I just think triremes might be the way. Because, like, if I were to reconquer... I've got nothing. Look at that. Freaking nothing. Alright, if you like money, don't look. Alright, you can open your eyes now. I just don't see any other option. I mean, I don't feel like it's cheese. Cheese implies like you're not intended to do it. Or it's cheating. It's cheating the system. I think this is the only way. This is the only way forward, is having a bunch of ships. Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Inanna. I think I have enough food. We'll see. This is pretty silly. Pretty silly, champ. What is this? I mean, it is nice to not have to worry about any invasions anymore because they get their ass kicked by those 4 ships that are just never leaving there. Taxes. Gymnasium. Like, I don't even have to. I can just macro. Like, it's just like the StarCraft life now. I don't have to see it. I just know.
My dearest, worship
know
me,
what's gonna happen.
and I'll make your soldiers find great strength.
Oh, Siamese rebels. Look at me not caring. Okay, we're keeping Militos. That is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. Did you ever put a deposit down at a for like an apartment, then you move out of the apartment, and you like everything is like you left everything perfectly, like no problems, everything was fine, but the apartment people be like, oh no, like sorry, like there's an issue, we can't we're gonna have to, like there's a scratch, there's a scratch if you look under the bed and the wall, and then just right above there's a scratch, so we can't refund you the $1,000 support. We did neither. There's a scratch. Ever have that happen? I've heard that's a legit problem, which sucks. There's just no honor anymore. No onward. What if I put these here? Drama school and dishonor. Yeah, it sucks. It's too far away. Too distant. I'll show you distant.
only room for these goods in the city is right here in my cart.
Why would I care about Simu? Don't I currently not have them under my control? Yeah, like, sure, go. Suspended by rebellion. Wait, are they a vassal? What? I think the game bugged and they became a vassal again. That's weird.
If you worship me,
Oh, it works to my benefit.
my beloved hound will watch over your city.
Yeah, guy getting the armor will go to yeah, exactly. I think maybe Ethiopia next. Trireme. Are you kidding me? Now it tells me that. Okay, so there is no such, call it cheese or not, it doesn't exist. You get 6. Once you have the 6, that's it. I don't know, man. Militos is probably also going to get conquered. We have to prioritize that. Well, this housing district I built is going to suck. Housing district maybe should have been an elite housing district. Whatever. We know what it yet could be. Hold on. I don't generally do this, but it's a valid strat. I don't generally do this, but it is right. Yeah, we can just we can just reconquer, reload, as they say in a Donkey Kong game. All right, step 1 is build the avenue. Oh. This is going to be a combo elite housing slash regular housing, which I hardly ever build. I hardly ever build this, but rather than just delete this housing district I've created, because I could still use the employees. I'm just going to make a combo.
If you
I mean, this doesn't change the fact that there's no
one.
army.
The city easy.
Not change that fact. But like the armor is coming in from down here, so maybe it'll get up here, who knows. I just feel like I need to do something. Like it's just, we're not cutting it right now. I had one thing happen in an apartment I used to live at. Where, they, there's like a dumpster where you're supposed to take your trash. So I was on the top floor. I was on the 3rd floor of the apartment. And there was a dumpster. It wasn't that far away. But there were a couple of dumpsters around the apartment complex where you could take your trash to. But there was a service that was available at the apartment complex where it was like, I forget how much it was a month, but you could just leave your trash outside. And every day they would have people for this service who would just go around the apartment complex and pick up trash, like your bag of trash that you left outside your door, and take it to the dumpster. And it was cheap enough where it was just like just worth it, IMO, so I got it. But like the service was like officially supported by like the apartment complex, like they knew about it. He looks like he's killing a sheep, but there's no sheep in the city, right? Well, there is sheep, so I've got to replenish these sheep. So what happened a couple times was, and it happened more.
My dearest, worship me.
It started to get more frequent, which was
Soldiers find
annoying.
great strength.
Is you'd put the trash out, and then just nobody would get the trash, even though they're supposed to get the trash because you paid for the service. And then one time I got like on my door, like a fine, like posted on my door, like, yeah, we're charging you like $25 because you like littered around here. You left your trash out the front door and you can't do that. I'm like, literally the service that's offered at this apartment is supposed to take the trash out from the morning. And they're the ones who keep screwing up. And I don't know. I was pretty pissed off about that. But it was a long time ago, so I'm not pissed off about it now. But, yeah. People, man. I don't know what to say besides just people, man. Some days we really don't live in a society. SG, you live the tough life. You get your trash not taken out by the door. Yeah, I know. It's just the principle, the matter of principle, you know? They offer the service, and then they have the nerve to fine you for the fact that the service is trash in more ways than one. Actual tosh. I could... I'm going to be upset that I do this, right? Let's do it anyway. Literally trash. One of the things that used to bug me about the apartment complex that I lived at for a long time in college. This isn't how it'll work. Well, was number one, I think the most annoying thing was whenever they would do fire drills, which would like happen like once every, I think at one point it was once every 6 months, and they finally backed off of that and just did it once a year. And it was just, we need to test all of the fire alarms.
Running low on food.
Thank you. I didn't think I was. Oh, I am. Wow. Okay, so this is a freebie? Oh, did you see that? Well, thanks, Poseidon. But I have all these dudes here. I mean, I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened, but whatever. I think we're set on food. Because, like, what are these dudes doing? They've got all the food. They're not taking it anywhere.
The room for these goods in the city is right here in my cart.
Oh, well, we'll monitor it, but I think it'll be fine. I think it must have been depleted right before, because this only happens, like, the harvest must have just happened. Because the harvest happens when? In July. So it's August. So the harvest just happened, and the food was, because you only get the harvest once a year. The food was out, but it was going to get refilled. And Poseidon just did us a solid, I guess. I don't know either. Why is this guy just not...
The only room for these goods in the city is
It's
right,
right
here
here.
in my cart.
I don't know what's going on with that. It's very weird. Oh, you know what might sometimes happens is this spot, this guy is here waiting to fill it up, but the spot is like taken up by... Okay, how do I explain this? I think what happened there is a guy with a wheelbarrow full of wheat somewhere said, that's my spot. And he was en route to fill it up. And even though there was a guy right here, right next to with a barrel of wheat, the game didn't dedicate that spot to that guy. It dedicated to another guy who wasn't close. The reason why it wasn't filled up for a while is it needed to get, but I don't know why it was unfilled. Like the reason it was unfilled before is probably because Poseidon, or the Poseidon filled it up was probably we were just a little bit off from the harvest. I think our food situation is fine, but I'll watch it. Yeah, like the apartment I lived at college would do like the fire drill. Like you didn't have to do anything. It wasn't like everybody's got to leave the building. And here's the process by which if there's ever a fire you'll have to do. Now you just figure it out. Like if the fire alarm's on, leave the building. We didn't need to test that. They insisted on testing the alarms, which were really loud. And there was one installed in every like like the actual speaker was installed in every apartment. So you would hear for like all day, starting at like 8 a.m. You would hear all day, just beep beep beep. Great. Well, I suppose your building was probably only be tested for a couple hours, but it was always, for whatever reason, my building must have been, the building of the apartment complex I lived in must have always been like the first on the list. It was always 8 a.m. when they would test it. And then, yeah, like the test would only go on for maybe like 20, 30 minutes for your building, but if it kept ringing for 20, 30 minutes, you were awake. Another thing they would do would be like inspections, which was always just really weird to me. Like the place that I lived at was like newer-ish. So they didn't actually have like all the what they wanted in all the rooms yet. So like at some point somebody like, no, it wasn't even that. But like they ended up like installing ceiling fans in every apartment complex and just gave you like, hey, we're gonna have people come into your apartment and install ceiling fans. It's sometime between 9 and 5 over the next 2 weeks. The part like the when they just come in. There was one time when I was asleep, and it was close to like the end of the semester. So my mom happened to be visiting me, and the apartment I just lived by myself. But my mom was visiting me at the time, and they had someone who they were going to show off a vacant apartment to, like someone who was interested in renting an apartment, but for whatever reason they accidentally opened my door to show off. Which they thought, whoever was in charge of this thought my apartment was the one that was unoccupied, meant to be shown off. So without knocking, they just opened the door and came in. Now, I was asleep at the time, so it didn't really matter. But it was like early in the morning when I normally would be sleeping. My mom was up. So my mom, nothing happened, but my mom was like, oh, like, I don't... That could be extremely awkward, right? That could be extremely awkward if just like strangers just walk into your apartment unannounced. Like, whoops, here we are. And frightening. Like, I suppose it's... I don't know. I don't, like... It's more of the privacy thing that bothers me, but I could also see for people, like, just having the thought of at any point, like, someone just come into your apartment is extremely unsettling, just not for privacy. Another thing that happened at this place I used to live at was, it was during summer break, so I wasn't there, but a similar situation where they misunderstood what apartment was mine. Somebody's, like, father needed to go to his daughter's apartment and retrieve some stuff, but he didn't have the key. Ashty just saw all these crazy apartment stories, doesn't he? So he went to like the management desk or whatever, and explained the situation. I don't know, maybe showed ID. Apparently he was also a police officer, and people tend to be more trusting of police officers. So there was a misunderstanding about which apartment it was. So at least I wasn't there at the time because I was back for summer vacation, but they mistakenly let him into my apartment. And apparently the living situation with his daughter was she would live with her boyfriend, which she probably didn't like. So when I don't like he was trying to retrieve something from for his daughter from her apartment while she wasn't there. Was the gist of what they explained this to me afterwards. So he went in my apartment and like threw a bunch of like my clothes on the floor. Like I hardly ever had to dress up for school, but I had like a suit and stuff. And like when I came back from summer vacation, like my closet just had a bunch of clothes on the floor. Because apparently this guy who was let into the apartment under the assumption that it was his daughter's apartment in which she lives with her boyfriend who he didn't like, just also, before he must have realized that it wasn't the apartment because he couldn't find the girl's stuff he was supposed to get, just went into the closet that he assumed was the boyfriend that he didn't like and trashed all his stuff. But needless to say, if the apartment complex just wasn't a shithole in terms of how it was run, it was a pretty nice place to live. Like, it was like brand new, so like everything worked well. I think I was the first person to live in the apartment. Like nobody lived before me because it was a new development. And it was a nice part of town. It was easy enough to get to campus. But as far as like the management and just all the mistakes they have, freaking crazy, man. Needless to say, I don't live there anymore. I never moved back, but it was a college town. You were kind of limited with housing. If it just didn't have the poor management with all their mistakes, it'd probably be like the best place to live for school. Because of just the factors of close to campus, good bus stop, good transportation, close to food, new place to live, so it wasn't like, wasn't kind of like trashy, like torn, like, like rooms had wear and tear, none of that. There's no getting out of it. I literally just conquered Miletos, and now you're going to tell me they're going to get reconquered. Unbelievable.
My dearest, worship me, and I'll make your soldiers find great strength.
I mean, I never had drugs. I never done drugs in my life. So I was never worried about they're going to find my pot stash. But, like, it was funny whenever they would give the, whenever they would put, like, the notice, like, hey, we're going to have maintenance come into your room and, like, fix the, like, I don't know, like, inspect. They did that a lot. They would have to inspect, like, the fire extinguisher, because every apartment had a fire extinguisher like under the sink, and part of code was that needed to be inspected every so often. So they regularly would have some guy like come in and check the fire extinguisher probably like every 6 months. Guess 3 hours was no progress. But they would put like they post a note on the door like that was going to happen, and the note was kind of worded in a funny way that like implied like if you have pot. It didn't say this. It sort of implied like if you have any like stuff that any drugs, please make them not be visible. Please hide your drugs, thank you. Don't be, if you're Maury Calliope, don't be hitting the lean. I like don't really, like, I don't think drugs are a good thing, but I don't really believe in telling people what you should do with your life. Unless it's like a friend. Or like you're like if it's a stranger, I'm not gonna be like campaigning like how random people should live their life. Obviously, if it's a friend you care about or a family member, you're in a much better position to help them out of something like that. But I did have a friend who I don't think he ever did like really hard drugs, but he was a friend from high school and we happened to go to the same college. And shortly after, well, he used to drink a fair amount in high school, but it didn't really cause any problems for him, I don't think. But when he went to college, he like started doing pot, and I don't know, we really didn't hang out too much. Like we were gonna hang out a lot more the first year, but he would tell me stories about like just like waking up and being like blackout drunk and like not knowing what was going on, and had also started getting into pot. I'm not actually sure what happened to him, but it didn't seem like a great direction for his life, and I don't know. I was very. I feel like maybe it's a hard thing to do. But I feel like now I maybe like with the mental maturity that I have now versus like a dumb college kid, I'd maybe be more willing to try and like confront or like intervene and try and help a real friend who is going through that, and maybe try and help them get off it, or at least, you know, talk about, hey, like, you know, and talk about like waking up and not knowing what's going on and how you got there, like that. Like that might seem fun, but I worry for you, man, that you're gonna end up in a bad place one day. Like there's, you know, I feel like I might have be better at handling that now, but I didn't do anything about it in college, and I'm not quite sure what happened to him. I mean, he's probably still alive. I don't think it's some very tragic story, but yeah, like he ended up just hanging out with like the wrong group of people. And also another thing that happened was when I got in college, I became more sucked into my bubble because I felt like I had a lot more work than I did in high school, and I also just enjoyed being by myself in general, so I didn't really have a social life. Please, she said she didn't know what that meant. Maury is good. She was forced to tweet out that she didn't know what lean was. That's kind of cute. His cover was like, Miss Calliope, please do not imply that you do drugs. manager literally had to DM her and be like, Miss Calliope, I looked up on Urban Dictionary what you said, and I don't think we can have a whole alive talent say that they do that. Do you mind issuing a redaction? Redacted. It was just a reaction check, fam. I'm not actually on that lean. No social life, squad. Yeah. I don't really have a social life now. I did for a little bit post-college, but I don't know. I don't really want one. This is the issue, right? There was like, okay, so I was like, this happened a little bit in elementary school that would be awkward. Is I was kind of like a good student, and like I think parents would like look at me and be like, oh, you know what, that like this would be a really good like influence on my son. And they'd kind of like I had a couple times where like teachers would like try and like set me up a little bit with like, hey, I'm gonna introduce you to my son, his name is blah blah blah, you guys should hang out sometime, maybe you could be friends or whatever. I don't know, I just saw, for one, I just didn't want to have, I just always enjoyed being by myself. You'd go to Spanish class in high school, and on Monday you'd always have be like the first 15 minutes of class would be go around the class and everybody say what they did last weekend, and I was always just be, I slept. How did you spend last weekend? Kids be like, oh, I went to the movies, or oh, I went to the mall, or oh, I went with my friend, blah, blah, blah. The guy slept a lot. And I slept some more. But it was fun. Sleeping be fun, especially in high school where like I hated getting up in the mornings. Who's asking for what now? Am I getting Militos under attack again? This guy's gonna have to learn to take care of his own problems. It's fine that I could pretend to have friends for a week at Summer Games Zone quick with all my internet buddies. Homies, okay, I didn't... I forgot. You get a real good one for if you've got FFZ installed for that message. All grown up. Yeah. I feel like social life now is a different meaning than before. All my friends live on the internet. I cut grass. I used to touch grass. Now I touch keyboards with 400 APM. Guess who needs to get reconquered? This guy. We gotta keep... Ethiopia is a menace to society. Me in French class every Friday. This weekend I'm gonna play video games. Me on Monday. Last weekend I played video games. Base. I cut the grass. I did homework. If you enjoy, like, if you're an extroverted person, those extroverted people like to go outside. But someone explained to me once, like how do you know if you're introverted or extroverted? And the explanation they give to me is like, well, think about like how you refresh as a like charging batteries as a metaphor for like refreshing yourself. Like where you feel like your energy comes from. And they said, like, if you feel like you recharge your batteries by staying home, then you're introverted. If you feel like you recharge your batteries by going outside, then you're extroverted. I was like, wow, it's 100% introverted. Then, like, when it was explained to me like that, I was like, there's no question. Like, being outside is just like the interlude to when's the next time I get to be inside. Like, you go outside, you just like start like your timer, where it's just like, when can I go back inside? But yeah, that made a lot of sense. And also helped me understand extroverted people as people who feel what you feel as far as feeling refreshed by being outside. Oh, that's huge. Conquering Ethiopia is a huge get there. There's Troy and Syme and Larnessus. Erga, man, I can't catch a break with those. These other ones are just going to keep getting reconquered.
My dearest, worship me, and I'll make your soldiers find.
I don't actually know where to go next. Well, I would, but I need the military force for that. Enemy army sailing towards me. Lol. I'm considering taking out Troy. Just because we need to get them down a little bit. If we have all of these other places that are not as strong, and maybe with Troy being conquered, there'll be fewer invasions. I don't know. Well, I basically do have to conquer everything. I don't actually know where these invasions are coming from, but I have to own all of this. Everything over here has to be owned. So it's them. It's those people. In college, I had even a less social life. High school, because I was just I was really try hard for no reason to. I was like way too focused on academics. So I spent most of my time just like doing homework and trying to stay on top of classes and getting ahead and maintaining that 4.0. But I also don't look back. Well, I mean, the nice thing is, like, there's some people who are like, man, my college years, my high school years are behind me. I wish I had that back. I've never felt that before. That's good. Like, that's like, I didn't really do anything in high school or college. I don't really regret it either. They kind of just look like, I don't know, like probably if I was there now, I'd do more social stuff, maybe. Wouldn't be really social, but I might do some social stuff. But I don't regret that I didn't do social stuff, because I wasn't the person that would do it now. Like I feel like I've grown in a way. Not that doing social stuff not doing social stuff means a lack of growth, but I feel like if I've changed in a way where I'd want to do that now, it wasn't what I was at that time, and that's fine. So it's pointless to sort of look back at that time and be like, oh, maybe I would have done that, when you weren't the person who would have done that then. So it doesn't really matter.
If you worship me,
Life kind of sucks, gamers, but it does get better.
over your city.
And Simey is building up something fierce again, and I'm concerned about that. Simey is building up something fierce, but we got to go to Troy. This is not going to conquer Troy, but whatever. I was just oblivious to a lot of things. As an undergrad and high school student, but everybody is. Free trial. Finished your high school free trial by doing everything I wanted. Try getting a GF. Having a strong friendship. Now I don't talk to you. Yes. No, it's funny because I feel like a lot of people are the same way, myself included. It doesn't, like... I remember, like... End of high school and start of my undergrad was when Facebook became a super popular thing. Like, it existed before, but it's, like, really booming. Like, it was like, oh, everybody does it. So I knew a lot of, like, I was still able to get information about people, like, about who I knew in high school and stuff on there. But then I just stopped using Facebook, and I also consequently stopped caring. Well, it feels so bad. I don't really mean it like that, but it sounds so harsh to say it that way, but I kind of stopped caring about those people. But I kind of did. I don't know a better way to say it. But the only way to really keep up with what they were doing was to keep up with them on Facebook. And if I wasn't using Facebook anymore, I wasn't keeping up with them. But at the same time, I didn't feel like I was really losing out either. It's fine though. I feel like meeting. Well, I feel like getting to know people online is tough. What is happening here? Don't tell me it's the freaking... Oh, olive oil. Not bad. Am I not sustaining olive oil anymore? Oh, that's really bad. Well. Alright, Argos. I'm going to need an infusion of olive oil. That. How did this go wrong? Am I just not making... Do I not have the trees? Do I not have the presses? I don't have the presses. I have a good way to get the presses. Well, all I can say about that is, well. consuming of my consumption is too much. Oh, don't tell me they're down here too. Okay, this place still has olive oil. Oh, okay, the bottom part still has olive oil. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Look, they're already built back up. But Crisis averted. Oh no, it was this one's up here. Well, Crisis was not as bad. It probably also doesn't help that I'm constantly being asked for olive oil. That's probably part of the problem. I think sort of like making like well, I think some of the people I've met on Discord, like over the years from like the Pi community, are like some of the people I'm actually really closest to in my life right now, which is really cool. I think it does suck that you really can't do like stuff together that you would be able to do if you like lived close to each other. At least you can still like play games together, which is nice. A nice position to be in general, because I think it's kind of hard. I think it's kind of hard to sort of meet people that way online. Maybe for a variety of reasons. I'm not quite sure why, but I suppose it's harder to get to know people online than maybe you would if you knew them as like in the flesh. You can do more stuff together. It's easier to spend time. I think generally people are also a little more reserved online, which is generally a good thing. Like you kind of don't want to sort of, how do I say this? Troy is looking pretty weak. Having communities like Pies and stuff is nice because there's plenty of bad people online that you don't want anything to deal with, but you don't really find them in like sort of nice communities like that. So it kind of lets you be more at ease. I feel like generally you kind of don't want to meet people online because you just don't know what you're going to get. And there's plenty of just bad people who are just stuck online. But it's really cool to be able to develop relationships with people that way over time. Yeah, I think that's really neat. It's weird. You don't really want to use like it feels weird saying like stuff like building relationships over Discord because you really don't want to. I don't know. I feel like having I feel like a lot of people fall into this too. There's a lot of people who like sort of like to make friends online because making friends online is also great for introverted people because they like to do the same stuff. They'd rather spend a weekend playing games with people, which is exactly what I do, than going out to like some club somewhere, to some like bar. I'd much rather just play games with friends online than do those kind of like in-person social activities before we go and clubbing. Could you imagine? I can't. So I feel like there's a lot of people who sort of would like that. Be like, oh, it'd be cool to have friends online who do stuff that I want to do. But it's kind of hard to do. One, because people are their guard is higher online because there's plenty of just weird people you don't want to be involved with. They're less outgoing than if they met you in person. And a consequence of that is also like, it feels weird if you're in a situation where you don't have like a community to sort of just hang out with and gradually build up those kind of relationships where like a lot of the people I'm really close to with are like people I just played Mafia with in Pi's community for a while. And it was just like that. Like you ended up just naturally, what's going on here? Whatever. I feel like I guess what I'm trying to say is meeting people online accidentally is the best way to form online relationships. Because if you're if you're in a situation where you really want to meet people online, it puts you in like a try-hard group where, and there's not really much you can do about it, but puts you in a try-hard group where people are just going to be a little bit suspicious of you, if that makes sense.
Worship.
Like people who are a little bit too friendly online might seem, I don't know, might seem suspicious. So it's hard to form online relationships because you kind of just need that kind of stuff where you like sort of played games together for a while because you like the same games, and now you're close because you've just talked about it all the time and stuff. And that's really cool. So yeah. Mattman and I think Dadex Fire went to a hockey game today. See, that's really cool. That's cool that they live close enough that they're able to do that stuff. Vamos a la discoteca. Went to a hockey game with Rio last November. Nice. I mean, Tapioca had that meetup with Hydro and... Did Nab show up? I think it was Hydro, Little Yoshi, and you all got pizza together, huh? Get me... So that's the thing, though. It's like... Having met people this way... I think there's an old stereotype like just everybody online is a weirdo, so just don't trust anybody online. I don't think I ever felt that way, but I know traditionally a lot of people feel that way. Older people particularly don't interact that much online. Nice. But I definitely feel like you can meet some really cool people online. You just chill for a while, don't try hard, and you can make some really solid friendships. And I'm grateful for those that I have with the people that I have with via streaming and hanging out in like various online communities like Pies and stuff. Doing Discord wars together. I feel like I've built some really good friendships I'm very grateful for. And I would never, just for the record, I would never, there's some people who just like, I don't know, like stuff gets them and they just feel like they need to disconnect from online stuff, which I get. But I would never like just like not have Discord open for like 2 weeks or something. If I was like doing something like, I don't know, like going on a trip to like a remote area where I wouldn't have internet, I would definitely tell people online like, hey, I'm going to be like out of internet range for the next 2 weeks. Like, don't worry about me. I'll be back. I'll tell you guys about it when I'm done. It'll be a cool trip. So, if you ever see SG4E, if SG4E is never online for like a month, it means something happened to him because I'm too grateful for the people that I've met online where I would just like out of nowhere just disappear. The Kraken was nowhere to be found. Okay, maybe a satellite. But I guess I sort of got on this tangent because you brought up the e-growth thing, and even though all these nice things are said about meeting people generally online, I don't think it could ever, unless it's a VTuber, unless literally someone from Hololive sneaks into my DMs. I don't think it could ever do an online only relationship. I just think there's too much stuff that. So I feel like, well, the end goal for a relationship is I feel like you want to at least live together. Like you want to have that special person in your life, and I think there's just too many. There's too many things, compatibility things, where if the ultimate goal is you want someone special to spend your life with, you just can't. Like maybe the start could happen online. I don't think you really develop too much online. I know there's plenty of people who disagree and have found like special stuff like that with someone online. I don't think I could do it myself. But if Hololive, like, if Hololive reached out to me though, yeah, I know enough about them to know I'm compatible with all of them, sight unseen.
If you worship me,
Pulling the Soda Poppin'. What does Soda Poppin' say? SG disappeared for 2 weeks. My team our chat open and snipe him. One of the 3 people typing in English in Koyoris. coyote. How have I still not conquered Troy? That's it. That's it. There's no way you're coming back from this. It's just like if you make like a friend, just a friend online, like that's kind of a very cliched example, but if the friend online is an extremely messy person, IRL, and you're an extremely clean person, it really doesn't matter. It's not going to stop you from being friends with them. It's a non-issue. Like even if you had like your friend online visit you some point, like they spend maybe like a week or so at your house and they're a messy person, it doesn't really matter. But if you're looking to meet the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and there's stuff like that that might result in compatibility problems that you're just not going to find out without some kind of like in-person interaction with them over an extended period of time. Bay and Soda Poppin'. Maybe I missed this. Is Soda Poppin' like her... I heard that one of those VTubers was pregnant. Mid-tier IRL dating high-tier mops. High tier, you marry your favorite VTuber. I go to one of these like, it's like, what do they call it? I guess it's just like a message board, but it's a little bit more classy. Okay, it's Japanese Reddit. Imagine Reddit, but then rewind the web design so it's a 90s, like early era internet, like HTML only look. Rewind Reddit to be like that, and you've got this site which is called Yada Om Blog, and I go on there because it's a fun way to try and practice reading Japanese, and it's got a bunch of like otaku stuff. It's just a bunch of otaku complaining about stuff and posting like news articles and stuff about. Are you describing 4chan? Well, the nice thing about this website is it's got you can post like comments. It's got a way of putting at the top like the hottest like 10 stories right now, and that's all I read. I don't know who gets to post on there, but anybody can comment, and then whichever posts have the most comments over some point like get up to the top. It's like top 10 posts. So it sort of works like Reddit that way. So I just read those because those are generally about VTubers and like hot stuff. And there was one like article that got posted on there about some guy in Japan who courted his, like it was like a news report about a couple who started out where he met her like streaming in her VTuber persona, and they like, I don't know, like over time like talk to each other, and now they're married. So it's like an article just like to make otaku seize about the fact that this guy managed to get his favorite VTuber. Now, it wasn't a whole alive VTuber. It's like someone who just does VTubing and maybe like has like 10, 15 people watch, if that. And just went in there like a chat apparently and showed up to streams and made his way up the ranks. Like first you just start off with a regular viewer, and then you're the regular, and then you're the mod, and then I don't know, there must be some steps in between, and then finally you're the husband. It's really funny to me that I don't even have to watch these anymore. I just know that I'm gonna kill them. Yeah, he's super chat. Like, how much money do I have to give to Lamy to have that? Like, just tell me, Lamy. What's gotta, like, I can have a goal in life. Like, how much money do I need to make? What's the number that needs to be on the check, Lamy, for that to happen? Woke tier MMM. What's that? MILF Manor. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. That's its own tier for sure, though. The Lammy Wine First Edition. We're working on this. All right, let me know how that goes. Keep me updated. Shouldn't the Trojan War be over? We have Troy now. Alright, everybody who's an 8 is getting sent here. Yeah, this is the toughest mission. Can you believe I thought I was going to finish this? Can you believe I thought I was going to maybe finish this last night or the night before? I was like, yeah, we'll just press through this, guys.
Worship me, and I will bring you more joy.
Don't know if you could be in a long-term... I mean, that's fair. I'm sure there's plenty of people like that. I don't want that right now. I think I probably want that at some point. I'm very happy with my life situation right now. I'm very grateful for that. Extremely grateful for that. I don't want that right now, but I think years down the road, I want that. It's nice to think about. Gotta wait for the right moment to broach the subject with Hakui Koyori. Made the first step. I renamed myself on YouTube from SG4E to just SG4E. That way, she's more likely to remember my name when I say it in chat. Remember her. I was fine until I felt empty inside. It happened. Yeah, what's here? How do I get that? Just give me that. That'll be good. I'll never ask for anything again. Just give me the Koyo plus Noel bath. 30 for 30. Koyori overslept 4.5 hours the other day. He needed a good nap. Everybody was waiting in the pre-chat for her to show up. 10,000 people just waiting for the coyote. Well, there's just one more to go. Yeah, there's never any other mission that's this military dominant. You never have to put up with this ever again. All the missions in Poseidon are. There's military ones, but they're not this tight where it's like you just conquer 5 different cities and they're just going to keep being conquered by each other. Yeah. She finished up. She did a lot of long streams like recently. She not too long ago did finished at 3 a.m. playing Mega Man 2, being the final boss. Then she finished Persona 3 the other day that was about the same time in Japan. I think there was another stream the other day that went pretty late as well. Yeah, I think I just finally caught up to it. But she said she's bought additional alarm clocks now. She will never oversleep again. She takes her job very seriously, so it felt like a very Koyori reaction for her to tweet out afterwards. Don't worry, I've bought extra alarm clocks. And 30 boars, but not 30 cities to conquer. Yeah, the next stream will probably be this weekend. I think we're going to do an RPG blind race. Should be a shorter game. Next week, I want to do Mega Man 2. I don't know the day yet. Hopefully in the earlier part of the week. Yeah, we'll see. It might be later. I don't know. I really don't know how next week's going to go yet. But I would also oh shoot, when does Azure come out? Azure comes out next week too. Maybe before Azure, I'll have to see. I'd also like to do the final... This is the final campaign of the original game Zeus. But then they released for a free DLC campaign way back in the day when DLC was free. There was a patch to fix some bugs in the game, and they just included with the patch an extra campaign. And that's called the Odyssey. In Greek mythology is Odysseus' journey after the Trojan War. It just feels very fitting that we should be playing that right after the Trojan War. We're going to do that. And that's the last campaign that's part of Zeus. And then after that is the Atlantis campaigns. Those come in the game's expansion, which is Poseidon. I think I'll put those aside and do this at another point, because I'm probably going to focus on Azure and maybe some Trails games. And also I want to do more Holo Retro. I'm not 100% sure if when I come back to this the City Builder series, if I want to go right into Poseidon or maybe I want to jump around. Go back to Pharaoh. I do want to stream all of the games. I just don't know the order I want to stream them in. So a break between doing this is such a good game. Zeus and Poseidon, that it kind of makes sense to break it up and do some of the other games. Not that the other games are bad, but I feel like a little more variety will help us enjoy the Poseidon expansion even more. When you had to release DLC to patch game-breaking bugs. Yeah, otherwise people wouldn't download it. Or they wouldn't hear about it. Okay, Troy is rebelling, but I don't care. I'm gonna make a save. When Idols haven't been live, I've also been watching TMR. TMR, like, RGG is dead right now. TMR's been doing SM64 damageless percent because somebody gave him a bounty. One of his mods said, "I'll give you $260 if you beat, if you get 70 stars in SM64 without taking damage." And he also said, well, this was kind of clever. He also said, "I'd give you an additional, like $80, something like that, if you beat it under 90 minutes or something." And TMR doesn't, damageless is very sweaty. TMR is not one to turn down money, but it is kind of awkward because obviously to set like damageless you want to play slow. But he also kind of wants to play it fast so you can get more money. Plus TMR is kind of that kind of speedrunner who hates playing games slow. Like the worst games he can get in RGG is like those platformers that insist you like calculate every jump and like look ahead before. Nah, he hates those games. Yeah, he's lost several runs of just doing dumb speedrun stuff. But it's been comfy. Oh, did that happen for one of the patches of AoE 2? Hope this is probably going to conquer, and we're going to get. Now his PB is 62. He actually hit a PB of 61.
You have sacked Troy
and then PB'd again to just push it up by 1 star.
Now all the Greek leaders are headed back to their kingdoms, all of which have suffered in their absences. Only your city of Aulis has managed to retain its previous glory. Not all the leaders who fought alongside you in the Trojan War have fared so well as you. Sparta has collapsed, and Menelaus and Helen have gone to Egypt to start their lives anew there. Odysseus is nowhere to be found, and the suitors at Ithaca are imposing themselves more and more every day. Mycenae, too, has collapsed under the treachery of Clytemnestra. Yet Aulis, through your sage leadership, stands tall and proud.
Alright, that is it. Well, I hope that proves that when I was continually selling this game, yeah, that's GG. When I was continually selling this game during the previous campaigns, this campaign that is, that this was the hardest campaign in the game. I hope the playthrough today proves that that was rather challenging, particularly this final mission. We did figure out some tech, like discovering like you just place these here and then you get you place 4 warships here and then you get the Kraken to help clean up the extra stuff. Made it so that we were just not susceptible to invasions. We could finally get on the offense instead of trying to defend ourselves. That was good tech to discover. Conquering, well, instead of bothering with Syme and these other places, going ahead and conquering Miletos, just so I could get more armor to keep my army like stocked and constantly growing back up in size instead of just being in a dwindling force. After every invasion, that was some good tech. Yeah, I felt like this was, well, I definitely wouldn't say this is one of my favorite missions, but I respect that it's the most challenging mission in the game, and it felt cool to be challenged. Yeah, this one chapter of the campaign was easily 5 hours. I'm gonna save because I like to save my Final cities. Also, don't forget that one chapter we did with Hector, who was constant. Remember when we built all of the towers? Don't forget that chapter, which was also really bad. Yeah. Quite a memorable campaign, this one. But it was a good time. Yep, we finished all of the original campaigns of Zeus, and that was a lot of fun. These other ones are just open play. They don't have any objectives to meet. You just start them up, and it says, well, it eventually sends you to a colony, but it gives you just a huge like city to just build to your content. I imagine most people. There's probably a lot of people who enjoy these kind of free plays and try and build up a really big city, but I never really cared for them as a kid. I liked the mission based scenarios. Gave me objectives that I enjoyed trying to meet. Yeah, that's going to do it for me today. Soft lock that town. Glad the bugs helped you. Yeah, that was that one time when we got conquered twice, but it didn't matter. It was a huge save. Next stream will probably be this weekend. Gonna do some RPG racing, I think. Nene is gonna stream Ace Attorney. Would you, if you were accused of a crime, would you want Momosuzu Nene to be your to be your defense attorney? I don't know if I could go through with that. Next stream bounty on Yakuza. Yeah, go into my Discord, the hashtag bounty channels, and put your best offers, Kappa. Your Tager is playing some FM. It's been a while since I've seen FM. Well, let's go check him out. Yep, see you guys this weekend. Bye-bye. Oh, he's got Cam today. Nice. Special stream, Cam stream hype.